Yes, we're live. Just as, of course, as always, it's going to an outbreak, so we'll snooze that. Right, take it away, Ross.
Cool, and welcome back to the Wild Beyond the WitchLight. So, 2 weeks ago, we continued our trek through the Hither. You've made your way to the Harrington's lair, where 3 of you decided to fight the bandit leader, and 1 of you decided to play battleships in the mud. Rather effectively.
I know who had more fun!
Not the Harringtons, that's for certain. Instead of taking any plea, you ruthlessly executed the Harrington, causing the complete and utter dismantle of his bandit group. He did good. A few more adventures through the Hither, including finding some laughing gas. I believe they gave you an egg, some pixies gave you an egg in exchange for playing.
Owlbear egg, we were told.
An owlbear.
You're swaddling right now, right?
Yes, fertilised.
And
More importantly,
the druid can tell you it is very much alive. In the 12 hours or so he's been with the egg. You found 2 suits of armour that seem to be copying your every move. You played with them for a little bit before you got bored and decided to head into Downfall, the main city of Hither. You arrived, you met the Bollywogs, which are sort of sentient, humanoid, frog-sized people. You moored up, you tried to cross some stones, managed to screw that up really badly by realising that one of the stones was a creature and getting into a fight with some Merrows. The Bollywogs came to save you. You found the burnt-out balloon factory. You helped put that out. You got a badge to say well done and thank you, that you were a friend of the Bollywogs. And then you came to the Chattering Heads Bridge, where you met Clapperclaw, the scarecrow with lobster hands and a gourd for a head, who can be your guide to Thither.
yes.
If you find his real head,
yes.
which has been taken from him. Luckily, the bridge did have many other heads to choose from, having the decapitated heads of all of the previous.
Did we ask if
The
anyone
alive
has-
decapitated
Did
heads.
we
Yes.
find out what Clapperclaw's real head looked like?
It's like it's like a reindeer
Right.
stag
I
head.
couldn't remember.
So it's not one of the ones on the bridge.
No, it is somewhere else. But yes, you found the still talking heads of all of the previous monarchs of the Soggy Court, who were engaged in very loud bickering about who was the best monarch, who was to blame for their death, and as they were stacked in chronological order, they were always next to the person who killed them. Normally, anyway. Dying of old age is not common in this particular monarchy. So, we will jump back into the adventure with you guys standing on the bridge, or standing in the middle of the bridge, surrounded by deceased monarch heads, and a scarecrow with lobster claws, and a gourd with coins in his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you
we did
like to
determine.
do?
Well, I think we decided that we wanted to go on to see the king. That was the kind of the important bit right now.
Yes.
Yep.
Just to see, because we talked to Balloon Factory guy, who apparently was solely to blame, according to the king. Hence why he was solely putting out the fire of the balloon factory.
We did help him a little with that.
Yes. Yeah, because I believe, and don't quote me on this, they are on the side of the hag,
You don't know. You haven't.
based on information that I have gathered, and my immense intellect and knowledge have determined that, based on all the information we've been told, they're hag friendly.
Well,
Not necessarily on their side, but not opposed to them.
Yeah.
I think that they're on their side, but they don't like being on their side.
Well, because they were the ones who kidnapped the fairy dragon.
let's
Yeah.
get them on our side. Then, when we do go to the hag,
All right, Mr. Monarch. One monarch to another.
we'll get your head, Clapperclaw, somehow. It's not one of these, though.
No, he does not want one
just,
of the already
just pick one up.
sentient
Are you
heads.
sure?
This one's got good features,
There's
as the
another aspirate
skins.
coming up.
Yeah,
Skin
it's,
starts
I can only skip it so often, and
coming off.
it just got to let it go, and then it'll go for an hour.
What, an ad break for an hour?
No. It'll go about an hour before the next ad break.
Okay.
It's basically the best way to get around ad breaks is either have blockers or sub.
Yeah.
Because if you sub, you don't get any of the ads.
Do we know where the king is?
He's literally at the build there.
There. So you're walking
So we
towards.
get
That's
where
where we
we
were
go
heading
past.
towards. Yeah.
Going past club.
Yeah, we went. We had to cross this bridge to get to the king.
How bouncy is the bridge?
I don't know.
For three of you, not very. For you, probably quite
Yeah.
very.
See the heads go.
Right,
"Ah!"
It's the most
Yeah.
fun we've had in years.
Probably not supposed to creak when you bounce on it, though.
Jump,
Most things aren't.
bounce,
What
bounce.
could go worse? What could happen when you go into
It
this
sounds
water?
exactly like the ribcage of
Well,
that guy that
we've
tried
already
to
been
shoot
shot by
me.
mermen. Well,
Fish.
Mero.
Mero, which are
Fish.
those real life mermaids.
They like biting you.
They really liked biting me.
They like rabbit.
Someone has it.
A grand marble
Brr.
gazebo.
We smell of Vera.
A grand marble gazebo stands atop a mound of soggy earth. Its white stone streaked grey with algae. The support pillars have sunk into the muck unevenly, so that the domed canopy now sits askew. Short steps ring the gazebo, leading to a raised floor where bullywugs dressed in shabby clothing lounge on pillows. Among them, a harpist sends forth delicate notes that mingle with the murmured croaking of the gathered nobles. On a dais, a flabby bullywug wearing a crown of woven lily flowers sits on an ornate throne with his legs folded under him. He has a large leather-bound book open across his lap, and mouthing the words he reads on the page. Without looking up, he says, "Have you no herald to announce your presence before King Gullop the 19th?" He slams the book closed as if to punctuate the question regarding you for the first time. Sleepy bullywug guards stand around the monarch, snap to attention, and ready their weapons.
Herald.
My apologies, King. Didn't mean to intrude. And lords. We are here to have some words with you, and I didn't mean to intrude. Is this a bad time?
You're here, you may as well carry on. So as you look up, you can sort of see the king is an enormously rotund frog. If a frog could have gout, he's got gout, and you sort of see him sitting and just to the side. So he's wearing an enormous ruff, and to his side is an alligator with a correspondingly sort of enormous ruff.
Is the alligator in a bikini with a chain around his neck?
No.
Both.
I understand.
The latest Disney princess.
Oh yeah.
I believe that to herald us, you must pronounce who we are. And I lean right down.
Announce
Who we are.
Ow. Ow.
He's trying to work out who
I
we are.
go. I go bash.
Yes, we have gracing your presence, Elor, the wondrous wizard.
Immortal.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
he's very immortal.
I think so. I think so.
Oh, is that me?
Is that me? Marius.
And Marius, the fire manipulator. Thank you. We have Igo, and he certainly does smash. Igo smash. And I am the wonderful Actan at your service.
Acting up.
Apologies. I've only been with this group for a little while. But yes, absolutely amazing group. We are here to have a little chat. We've done some things. We're still alive.
I see a bright future for them all. Especially that one on fire.
What do we need him to do? As I talk to the intellectual one.
I don't
Realistically,
know.
we're getting more information.
Here. Yes, good.
So first of all, we need to... Maybe he has some inkling as to where...
Babylon the Bright Straw.
Yes. Yeah,
Clapperclaw's head is.
they work for Pavlova, so I'll ask her about Pavlova. Right. Yes.
Ah, we need to understand where. We've got two things. Clapperclaw is our friend. He'll happily get us out. Because we're obviously, well, I'm from around here, but these are not from around here. We understand where his head has gone. That'd be interesting to find that, and I wondered if you knew. And Pavlova, is that right?
Yes, we need to find out a little bit about
The
her.
sweet-
We seem
The sweet, tasty treat, yeah? Pavlova, yeah?
Pablo.
Yeah.
Baklava.
Baklava, that's it.
Balaclava.
You work with these people?
So yes, the
Yes,
Hourglass
we're
Coven.
people.
The Hourglass Coven. Yes.
Pavlova, and we want more information.
I wave again.
So after you sort of give your whole spiel to the court, there is sort of like a deafening silence for like 30 seconds before some of the frogs in the back start laughing and then sort of croaking. A general croaking emerges from the assorted nobles, and the king sort of relaxes slightly, and you can see that his giant belly sort of, he was trying to conceal it in the way he was sitting, and he's sitting back laughing. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
None of us would do that.
They're just sucking it in, and he just sort of lets out a big laugh, and he's like, so one monarch to another. Obviously, I am the greater of the two monarchs. That goes without saying, but
You're certainly greater in stature.
why, thank you. Does not pick up on the sarcasm.
As I look him up now, and he's certainly definitely bigger than me and could eat me with one tongue swipe. So, yes, I agree.
So I see from the badge on one of you was given the, I imagine not the fire genasi.
Well, no, I was helping put the fire out. I was
Yeah.
taking,
Oh,
taking
nice.
the heat out of the...
Yeah.
Yes. So he sort of looks over at the glistening badge on the fire genasi and says, "Ah, it does appear that you have already been of service to my people. If you are looking for Pavlova," and he sort of turns his head, and the rest of the court turns their head to point to section D12 for those of you on the map, and you can sort of see a house on stilts, sort of in the middle of downfall. It says, "You'll find Pavlova in there.
Ah.
I suspect if there is something that someone has lost, that's probably where it will be."
Ah, okay, the head.
Ah. Yes. Maybe memory as well.
How do we get to it?
Oh, of course, it's very rude to just go and knock on people's doors and enter without due cause. But I think that we can work something out. And again, there's sort of a general croak of laughter that's sort of emerging from the soggy court around you.
Here comes the shakedown.
Well,
But first, a toast. And you notice that there is a bodywog with sort of a tray with, at one point this was probably meant to be quite a fancy, nice silver tray, and at one point quite nice, fancy silver goblets. They're not anymore,
Quite tarnished.
being an understatement.
Too many king's guts on them.
well, I'm not king.
But they sort of, on the tray, they sort of extend
Yeah, yeah.
the glasses to all of you. Do you all take one?
Might as well be rude not
I'll
to.
take one.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll have a
I'll
sniff.
necessarily drink it, but
Take one and have a sniff.
Yeah. Take one, have a look.
It's a very poor wine, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
It is, yeah, you get the sense that it
Vinegar.
is drinkable. It may not
Just.
be enjoyable, but it is drinkable, and that everyone is watching with the expectation that you are going to join in The toast, yes.
I'll put. Please stop.
These frog people are quite small compared to
If they were to stand up on their hind
hind
legs, they
legs.
would
They'd
be
be reasonably
about
tall.
humanoid size, but
But they're not. They're
quite squat,
Yeah.
sort of condensed.
punched over. Yeah.
As you sort of go and
But
raise
it's a
your
decent
glasses.
sized glass.
Yeah.
It's not like a thimble. It's not like you're sitting there with a fairy just going, oh, lovely.
Thanks.
But as you all drink your drinks,
Yep.
you notice that there is something in your glass. You find a rolled up scroll of paper in your drink.
A rather soggy one, I imagine.
Red
Yeah.
or white wine?
For argument's sake, it's still readable.
It doesn't matter because it's.
Magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's written that heavily in the paper. It's imprinted.
You'll drink your drinks. And
Choking
the,
hazard.
Unrolling it using my tongue.
It's sort of sealed, and you
Oh.
get someone. You get the impression someone has tried to slip you a note.
Oh.
More so.
I'll,
Well,
I'll
all
keep
of us
it.
get one.
I'll keep
That
it
is
tucked.
justice.
I'll keep it tucked in.
Okay. Yeah, the note is waterproof because otherwise.
Yeah, yeah. It was in the wine. I think it will be fine.
It's like one of them sucking toys things. You suck the liquid out of it.
So the Monarch King Gallop sort of sits there again and just sort of says, I think if you want to have a word with Pavlova, you should know that only members of the Soggy Court are deemed worthy to speak directly to her. So again, he's trying to make it sound sort of very grandiose and important. And so says, but if you wanted to speak with her, I'm sure we could work something out. And again, the sort of as a croaking continues around the court. You don't know if they're laughing at you, if this is just a reaction, or they do this every time the king speaks.
So how many people do we notice eyeing him up with like a knife in their hand, ready to?
Make a perception check.
Probably
Yeah.
most of them.
That would be
Oh yeah.
10.
Cool. You don't see any drawn knives, but you do sort of catch the whole
People
roll
are-
eyes,
yeah,
sort of and look over in another direction.
Channeling Kif Croker.
Yeah. Exactly.
Et tu, Brute. Yeah. Yeah.
There are many problems that afflict the Soggy Court, and if you were to help us, I'm sure that we can work something out.
And what time of day is it at the moment? Is it still
It is sort of like early afternoon.
early afternoon? Okay.
So, I'm sure there are many jobs we can do for you. Come on, he's going to ask us to do a job, so let's just.
Yeah.
So they happen to have healers here. As I happened to fall in your joyous little pond out there earlier and get accosted by a couple of
Fish.
As we watched our brave
Narwhals.
soldiers jump in and rescue you. That's the tale they're spinning as they rescued you.
Oh, 100% they did.
Yeah. Something like that, certainly.
They're annoyed at your lack of gratitude for the...
Well, I mean, to be fair.
I said thank you.
Now you're asking to be healed. It's always something with you.
I mean,
Well, we helped
if he
them
wants me
find
to
out.
do a job for him, surely he wants me to do the best job I can. But okay, I'll half-ass this one.
I am out of spell slots and I've got 1 hit point left.
Yeah. Same.
I shouldn't think it matters too much. He says, we have certain problems. No doubt you've heard. We had a balloon stolen from us relatively recently.
So,
Yes.
And a prisoner
Yeah.
escaped from our clutches.
What was the prisoner?
Yeah. What does he do? Or she do?
What? Yeah.
He was an enemy of Pavlova. He was a fairy dragony thing. I don't know. The king's just very dismissive of what this person was.
A dragon. That must be some mighty deed.
That's a big old balloon.
Oh, yes, our soldiers fought tirelessly to capture him.
Did he kill
Mouse.
some people then? to be an enemy?
He acted against Pavlova.
Okay.
But
Seems legit.
if you can get to the bottom of that, we would be very grateful. And then he sort of puts a hand Frogs have hands? Whatever.
Well, the front,
front web.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume they're anthropomorphized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much
he
like
puts
a
a-
rabbit friend.
You'd think they were from Norfolk with their web.
Yeah.
He puts a very large hand on the book in his lap and says, I do need you also to return this book to Pavlova. It was stolen from her, and we have recovered it.
Is that the royal we?
I suspect. So.
Yes. Yeah. Everything he's saying on behalf
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
other thing. Yes, we are due to have an appointment with Pavlova tomorrow morning. You should deliver it then if you want it.
So you want us to deliver it for you?
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
I thought you wanted to help
Well, no,
us.
that's
I'd
suppose
be
that
very
in
happy
some
to,
ways
my liege.
Would have
facilitates us needing to see her.
Would have thought you would wish to take that honour for yourselves, as you have recovered it for her.
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
That's a nat 20.
You see him almost imperceptibly freeze before he gives the answer, and just the tiniest flitter of what could be terror sort of just crosses his face, and it's just like, no, it's an honour of great, it's a position of great honour. You've helped us a lot. You would be doing us a favour. He recovers his composure very
it's fine.
quickly.
You can do it.
As it's getting a little bit complicated, I'm going to go, so how long have you been a monarch? Change subject a little bit.
My reign extends for a month and a half.
Ah,
And quite glorious.
excellent.
That's a long reign.
Would you expect anything less?
It was 25 in
Yeah, I mean,
You have one of those moments where you look up at the sky and lights flash.
Well, no, it was just blindingly obvious.
well, with a natural 20 it was, yeah. So the rest of them, they didn't see it. They just
Yeah.
heard him talk about it being a great honour.
Still trying to see where his head is. And the glass is like,
Where's his head? I'm pretty sure this is based on, again, now the information that we've got. It's a yes, we do exactly what she says because that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
According to her.
With Marius's
With
perception
that. Yeah,
check, it becomes abundantly clear, at least in Marius's head, and the rest of you can obviously share that, they're living under the thumb, they're sort of pretending to play along because
They don't want to die.
How
Yeah.
long has
That's good for us.
Pavlova, or whatever her name is, been in charge?
it feels like a lifetime. Yeah,
More than a
several
month
years.
and a half.
Yes.
Oh.
For the entirety of his reign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and beyond.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
She
At
didn't
least
set
half-
up still last week.
At least halfway up the bridge.
Yeah.
So the killing of the monarch is still something that happens.
Oh, that's just the the way of the
That's
court.
the way of the people. Yeah. Fair enough.
It may have It may have exacerbated.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are certain things that
There is
aren't
a
going
correlating
to
peak of when she took over.
The question is though, did she do that or did they do that?
Well, it's what they already do. It's what they already do, but I would imagine that probably having somebody come in and take over would have been the first of many deaths, and then not being able to oust her would have been another.
Because
And she's somewhat disrupting the entire political
Yeah.
and environmental landscape, so everyone's quite on edge and they don't know
Everyone's
what to do.
taking their
and
turn to get rid of her.
everyone has an idea.
is it quite busy in here now?
It hasn't got any busier than it started, so there's sort of 10, 15 nobles. If you had to guess, they would be sort of the picked nobles, those most loyal to the king, the most
So,
senior ones.
I'm assuming that as an appointment was made to go and see her tomorrow, that there will be transportation provided across.
You have a raft, and there are sort of boats
Yeah.
that you are free to take, but yes, you have a raft as well.
Yeah.
Well, while we are here in your gracious company, what do you recommend to do around here to cold time?
Well, you could find out who stole the balloon for one.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So, do you have... Where was the prisoner being held?
Yeah. That's the first place we will look.
Good place to start the investigation.
I think so.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Jolly good idea.
Rhubarb.
I reckon, yeah.
So there are some holding cells that I'm just going to give you this as D8 on the map. Obviously, they would point all this out to you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So if
So
you
they
and the
would have
viewers,
had to-
it's D8.
So they would have had to have gone from here across to the balloon factory,
Via
all
the
the
palace.
way around,
Or all the other way around.
or by boat.
Or-
They
I
could
was
have
going to say,
done
there's no way around here, is there? But
But
They are
again,
frogs.
dragons
they could have
fly,
taken,
right?
They could have taken. Well, he was.
So that's how I did fly. You did.
Yes. Yes, we're just not mentioning the fact that we know he was in a cage.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
What? He was in a cage.
Who's his
Oh,
this
I
tool?
distinctly remember him being. I had to get the key.
I'm assuming you're not saying this out loud.
No.
Got to take an entire court.
Frog's legs for dinner. They get to keep the heads. It's fine. Yeah, let's head over to D8 and inspect the prison. I presume that the king is giving us the
You have.
authority to ask questions of his people.
Yep. So he gives you sort of a formal badge,
Yeah.
I guess.
Ooh, yeah.
Sort of a formal symbol that says you are officially for
A
the
rusty
time
sheriff's badge.
being a representative of the Soggy Court, which is the name. And yeah, you effectively have
Cool.
more or less free reign of the town. You've got a couple of hours before it's nightfall, and then you are going to meet Pavlova tomorrow. And yeah.
Do they have a space for out-of-towners to stay,
No.
or can we just pitch our tent up in the forest?
You can pitch your turn, or you can try and find
Yeah.
an abandoned building.
Oh, well,
Okay.
that's knock on a few
Squatting,
doors.
hell yeah.
Well, I suspect the balloon factory might be...
We can sleep in the balloon factory.
Only you want to sleep in something that was recently on fire. That might be again if you sleep in it.
Remember the back home.
At you, whoosh!
The smell of slightly burnt timbers.
Good old familiar smells.
Yeah, let's go have a look at the prison cells where the prisoner would have been kept over at D8.
Yep.
Rising from the soggy earth is a sturdy wooden hut with an open doorway on one side. At the back of the hut are two holding cells. Thick mangrove roots serve as bars, with small round doors closing off each cell. The floor of one cell is covered with several inches of stinking water. The other cell holds a figure in rags slumped against the back wall.
Hello.
Are there any...
Welfare check.
Inspection.
Multipass.
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 There are guards, but you can sort of tell them you want to speak with a prisoner and they'll move away. And again, the badges effectively serve as "Get out of my way, peasant!" badges.
Well, no, just we might want to talk to the guards as well.
We'll be polite.
We will talk to them afterwards.
We are on a very important
Sit
investigation.
separately so that they cannot negotiate their stories.
Yeah, we'll take you this side, we'll take you this side.
Yeah, as the
Your friend's about to turn you in.
as the guards sort of walk away, you can
Yeah.
walk up to the cells and you can address the now what you recognise as a bullywug at the back of the cell. Hello.
So, what are you in for?
Hello.
I helped an enemy of the state escape.
Would it be about
A dragon?
Be a dragon.
yay high in a cage?
I didn't say he was in a cage.
But you didn't say he wasn't.
You did.
Right, okay.
Well, yes.
I open the door.
That's because
The door is locked. And
that's
you
because
don't
we've been told he was in a cage.
I asked
Yeah.
I asked the guard for a key.
Yeah.
they're not going to give you a key.
Can I use my executive key?
We'd already had some information before we came to see you. That's why we think it was in a cage.
Well, yes, I tried to do my best to help him escape.
Why would you help him escape? An enemy of the state is that. We don't judge. We just want to know how.
There is only one real enemy of the state.
Is it in the middle of this place by any chance?
That fetid
Does it rhyme with
creature.
Sharapova?
Sure. In your world, yes. There is one creature that needs to die. And I make no apologies for what I did.
Cool.
No, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we've solved
I
the
like
problem.
your style.
I think we worked out who did it then.
Yep.
That was easy. We've already got him in prison.
True. But don't forget, the Dragonite did still escape.
Well-
So they may have caught one of the people, but they're still after what
Well, there was
the
still.
rest of it happened.
They
Is there
said they
anyone
wanted
else?
to know who was responsible for helping him escape. This bollywug who you got in cell.
So-
That's who was responsible.
Who was
That's-
his co-conspirator?
Wait, who was the other dead one in by the balloon?
You remember that was a Bollywog known as Wigglewort. So that's how I'll let you know that name. So you've met the end result of what
Oh,
happened.
Hmm.
Oh, it's so easy when you have all the pieces already for these investigations. Ah.
Make sure they don't.
Lunch? Anywhere good around here to get some food?
Everything around here is ruined. So the other thing, she's not very happy with the current situation.
I'll
of
turn to the
downfall.
guards. Anywhere good around here to get some lunch?
By your standards, probably not. I think
I
you're
grew up in
more.
the countryside.
You're down to scavenging for rations or using any that you've already scavenged, I'm afraid. Unless you want to eat flies, which is what they seem to be eating a
Yeah.
lot of.
How big are the flies?
Right.
Are we talking like
Blech.
flies?
They're bigger than flies we have here, but you still would have to catch them, and yeah, they're also using their tongues.
I can do that, ready? There.
No, make an acrobatics check.
That's one acrobatic tongue.
I'll just
Can
cook,
you
Yes,
tie a
ladies.
Cook 'em
cherry
with a
stem
wing.
with that?
Acrobatics. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, you catch a fly.
Whoa.
I'm not sure whether you catch the fly or it flies down your throat, but you eat a fly.
Protein.
It doesn't taste particularly nice.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Should we go find some rabbit?
Did you say shall we go find some rabbit?
I might have.
So I'm just going to eat my rations.
I don't forget all of your rations you started with disappeared in the travel. You'd have to
Oh.
make sure they were rations you found already
True. That's
in the Feywild.
Let's go on a hunt. I wonder what we can see.
Yes, I wonder what we'll catch.
All great and tasty for me.
Yeah, we'll
Are there any other questions you have for the Bollywog in the cells?
Would you like to be king?
Queen.
Queen.
It's the lady, isn't it?
It is a lady.
Yes, I'm still probably a king. I don't think they
Monarch.
really care about that.
Would you like to
Yeah.
be a monarch?
I think king probably covers both.
I would never win the crown. I think if you look, you will probably find there's already a rebellion going on somewhere.
So does it have to be a bullywug that kills the king to sit on the throne? Or can anyone kill the king and sit on the throne? Asking for a friend.
Literally.
We've never had a non-Bollywog monarch.
It's theoretically possible.
But has a non-bullywug ever killed your king?
Oh, yes. normally on the actions of another Bullywug. So, you know, a Bullywug will sick a marrow. Or
So
a
I would
monster.
imagine that someone has to kill the king and take claim of said kill.
Yes.
Right.
Another output.
I am a monarch after all.
I mean, if you really want to rule this place.
No, not really. I could do it by proxy.
Can I remind you of the note you've still got lodged in your
Yeah,
mouth?
Yeah.
Oh. I think this is for you.
I'm gonna get out a handkerchief.
This is for yourself.
What does it say? Well, I can read it.
What does it say? What does it say?
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
Can you speak?
Just about.
Frog.
It's in common.
Oh.
I'm going to say it's common so you know what it says.
Common.
Find
What up, bruv?
Illig, the Baron of Muckstump, at once. The revolution lives.
Viva la revolution.
There is a revolution already.
Oh, yes, that's very right.
Did you say that out loud in front of the prisoner?
No, I read it. Then I can pass it back to you, so that you can have a read. And then
Can you read?
can
Like a hamster style.
I'm literally going to say that when you still
you? Read it.
You wait, he's got a shield in there, he's just going to pull up like a chicken at some point.
Oh, you need a flail?
He's probably got like half a rowboat from playing battleships.
We need a rope.
So, what's that again? Is
Illig,
Duke Illig?
Baron of Muckstump.
Oh, can I go and ask the prisoner then? Who some fellow called Illig is round here?
He's the Baron of Muckstump.
Where?
Where's Muckstump?
Do you know where he is?
The mug stuff.
Yeah, you go over that stump.
She suggested look over in this sort of area.
There's a stump there.
Oh, the DM has pointed
Full of tree.
to this sort of area.
That's what it is.
Yeah, like the part of the map you haven't been to. It's just a reminder from the titles you've already seen, they don't appear to have much relevance to actual things.
Oh no, yeah.
They are very few.
Self-proclaimed.
Yes.
Self-proclaimed, or they're created to put people down. I mean, you met the Lord of the Smelly Bedroom. A title given to him by his father. Like, yeah.
Right. So, well, is there a boat at this dock that we can take to this dock?
Yeah,
here?
there will always be.
A ferryman.
But don't pay him.
Nope.
Well, no, we're on official business.
Yeah.
I'm commandeering this boat.
Expenses
We need to
paid.
do. What was it? Boat check immediately. Take us across the thing.
Yep, definitely points.
Yeah, and start rocking it side to side. Yeah, it definitely seems pretty safe.
No one can get hurt on here.
So on the sort of island that you're on now.
Yeah, the prison island.
Yeah. So you can also see there's a giant balloon here, but that looks completely unlike the Bullywug balloons. So this has a balloon. The balloon bit is a storm cloud, and there's sort of ropes over the storm cloud to a basket beneath, and then there's
Anybody
sort of like
over by it, or is it just tethered there by itself?
go and have a look, and then there's sort of like a big building.
I am
there.
very interested in the storm cloud.
I ain't.
Yeah.
Upon noticing it.
It looks something like that. For the record, it literally does look like a storm cloud has been.
Is there a house underneath it?
Go there and find out.
Yeah.
A building
Yes.
is there. And my head's going to stick up.
A big black balloon floats over the lake, tugging at its moorings. Beneath it hangs a basket made of black wicker and wood, which serves as a merchant's stall. A large pane of grey glass is drawn closed across the opening above a counter. A sign mounted above the window reads, "Wondrous wares and fair fares." The balloon is not made of fabric, but rather appears to be a rolling dark rain cloud that has been contained somehow within lines of netting. So yeah, it's effectively a shop that's travelling around by balloon power.
Wander over.
Yeah.
Cloud
See if
power.
it's open.
Ding.
A little bell.
Yeah, there is. So you can see there's sort of a placard on the table, well, on the counter. Available for a limited time only. Very good thimble, fingertip not included. Mug of Bumble beer. It has a nice sting to it. Dusk mallow pie with decorative bite marks. Bundle of dry wood. Great for starting fires. Ink portraits. If we have to look at you, so should you. Moonlight monocle. No more fumbling in the dark. And then there is sort of a display counter with several items on it as well.
So a part eaten pie.
I could look really cool with that monocle.
It's got bite marks on it, but it's a solid pie. You get the feeling they've, the decorative across the top of the pie, they did that with their teeth.
Right.
It's biting. Almost cartoon style. Yeah, no, there's so you, as you sort of doing about a sort of a dusk elf sort of emerges from the deep, or from the depth of the shop, and just say, yeah, what do you want?
I like the look of your pie.
If you want to buy it, buy it.
Put my 4-season spinning top on the table.
You get a pie.
I take the pie.
He exchanges the spinning top for the pie.
I don't know what you guys are
I
going
was
to
going to say,
One of you can make, or rather, two of you can make perception checks, or one of you can make a perception check with advantage.
+5. That's
Yeah. Get into that with advantage.
+2.
Perception
I'm-
wisdom,
I'm-
I believe, anyway.
I'm doing
Not my strong suit.
24.
Among the various items in the counter you can see below, you can sort of see all manner of weird, sort of like mummified toads, half insects, sort of broken swords. But you do see something sort of gleaming underneath it that looks like a horn of some description. There's something buried in the counter.
There's another two horns attached to a deer head.
What's that shiny thing there?
That's a unicorn horn. Very handy to come by, and you never know when you might need it.
Make a really good codpiece.
Yeah.
Remember that episode of Blackadder?
Would you take this piano key card from a satyr's horn for it?
Oh no, items in the counter must be purchased specially.
And how do you purchase specially?
Trade something of equal value.
I think I'll look quite good with that monocle. What do you reckon?
Don't know, is it your prescription?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, what were the items on top of the counter again? So there was a pie.
A very good thimble, fingertip not included. A mug of Bumble beer, it has a nice sting to it. A pie which you bought. A bundle of dry wood,
Good
ink
for starting fire.
portraits, and a moonlight monocle.
I want the moonlight monocle.
Would you trade for it?
I would, yeah. I have this tuning fork that could take you to places.
They will. They will trade. It effectively acts as goggles of the night, so you know dark vision.
Hey!
Oh, you didn't already.
I don't know if I did or not.
I don't think you did.
Not as a
That was
Harrington,
our
no.
own, so actually quite useful. It's only one. You only have dark vision in one eye, but still.
Oh, so he's still able to maintain his night vision.
You can it's a pirate thing of moving it from eye to eye. But this way he has gotten sort of the unicorn horn out from the bottom and it's sort of on the counter.
Oh,
and
it's on the counter now.
Yes, but you can't.
Negotiation.
He's going to want something else.
I don't think I've got anything
What was
particular
the
value.
name?
I can try and add a
Goggles
pile
of
of
night.
rainwater to that if you want to. I think we need this.
He's more interested in things like the spring in your step.
Oh,
Your
I
sanity.
put
Oh.
the Harrington rabbit foot that I found.
Not mine.
that I found. How about the spring in his step?
They just sort of look at the thing. It's dead. It's not useful anymore.
How about for the beer?
Sure. If it will make you leave faster.
I just go and sit in a corner.
So, you found food.
Your Russian sorted.
Well, I think we need that horn, but
I'm not willing to trade for it. So if you want it, by all means go ahead.
so I think we are going to need it. So, all right, what do you want from me? There's not much left to give in this
I'm
old
gonna get
body,
the spring of your step.
but that's gone already.
He pulls sort of from beneath the counter a figure that's sort of about yay tall, and it looks like sort of like an eye. And he goes, "Oh, just look into this."
Oh dear. Right, I will get. This is mine now, right? If I do this,
Yes.
I take the horn, put it away in my bag, and then I look into the.
Should I tie some rope around it?
Joke's on
I
him.
might need it.
Double cataracts, legally blind.
Take
Yeah,
his
I
glasses
take off my glasses and then look into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
has nothing to do with dice.
Right.
It's when suddenly a
As you
hammer
would.
comes out and knocks you over the head, dragged into the back. That was just
But
to
yeah,
distract
I
you.
look into the eye.
They needed ingredients more
You
price.
feel a sensation of something leaving you, or rushing out of you and in to the object.
Okay.
Why are we even here?
The contract. You remember we signed Nothing?
You lose the ability to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Dreams appear as
Here we
real
go.
to you,
It's normal, right?
It's being old.
and
We're adventurous.
Oh, Alzheimer's, that's it.
this is a problem that's
Yeah.
only going to get worse the longer you have it. But effectively, you lose the ability to tell whether something is fictional or real, whether
You're
it
going to
was a
lose your
dream.
mind because you're
or
going to
reality.
think that you're
Okay.
awake constantly.
Oh.
Yeah, you do sleep, but you feel like
No,
you're
no,
awake.
but yeah, he
constantly.
feels like
Yeah.
he's awake because this is just living.
There's no escape now. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And this is just going to get worse and worse for you, Mr. Immortal.
Yes.
You get this go on for 1,000 years.
We're going to find him in like, another party's going to find him in like 150 years in a broom closet, staring in a corner of the room, just going, yes, yes, good adventure, everybody.
Hopefully, by that point, I'm a very high level, and I just go, "Oh, who are you?" I'm like, bye bye. Just leave.
But off the trader snaps the eye back out of your hand as quickly as soon as the sensation finishes. He snaps the eye back and then sort of looks at the rest of you and goes, "All right, anything else?" You
Right.
do notice he has a very bad demeanour for a shopkeeper.
Hey, I got what I wanted.
You got fed at none of the rest of your party did.
Yes.
Because he's probably looked in the eye multiple times by accident.
What you need to do is you need to take out that unicorn horn, wave it around, and say something like, you know, "I've got it
How long have you been running this shop then?
A couple of years. We travel around the Feywild, trading, buying things here, selling things there.
I wanted to buy a squirrel, but got a job instead."
You can't do much trade with these frogs, surely.
I don't think they're here for the frogs.
Yeah, we trade with the Soggy Court some, not a lot, but we don't trade with anyone a lot.
Look how cool I look.
You say we.
Well, there's Trinket, Bauble and Charm, the three of us that run this store. My name's Trinket.
It's Bauble and Charm.
They're
They're
the snack
asleep in
crackle
the
and-
back.
They're the snack crackle and crackle of
Crackle.
the Feywild.
So, is the breaking of the realm affecting your business at all? Are you sort of making less money, being unable to move between the three, or?
Nah, that's a plebeian problem.
Yes, I like you, good son. This makes it very easy. Said, pointing up at the storm cloud.
Do they offer rides to the other realms?
Not at a price you can afford.
keep eating my pie.
I imagine you're not asking through the mouthfuls. And it's like, so, come what say?
Probably am asking through the mouthfuls. Oh, pull that now pie encrusted letter out of my mouth.
Oh.
Right.
They just sort of still look at you, just sort of arms crossed. Like, you gonna buy anything else? If not, get out.
Very keen for us to leave.
I hand him back the empty pie tray and the empty bottle of beer.
Just like very tips of his thing as he just sort of puts it up.
Oh, I have like.
So, thank you.
So, oh, so, did you guys want any?
Look, there's still a few crumbs left in the corner.
Oh, no.
Right. I don't need anything else from them.
No, the pink pixie's saying we should leave now as well, so...
Cool.
Cool.
Where would you like to go?
I think we moved back. So obviously, so that was that. Is this just like a D11? I believe it is.
From the outside, it looks like a big house built around a tree.
I ask some passerby who lives there. On official business.
It's the Stinking Palace. It's like a, I suppose, tavern would be the closest thing.
Huzzah!
Place to go drink and have a good time.
This being a bullywug city, probably not for us.
We can show them a good time.
Let's go have a look.
Yeah.
The ramshackled hall is built around.
Let's do the co-op.
Is that how you...
It's built around a big tree. Two of the tree's limbs reach out through the walls like enormous welcoming arms. The interior of the hall is roomy with an open floor plan that allows for occupants of the upper story to look over the lower one. Bullywug courtiers crowd into the spaces, filling it with their guttural croaks. Their clothing is faded and stained with mud, and you notice that as you sort of walk in, there are two alligators, sort of very Disney Robin Hood style, with halberds on
Like Fantasia.
style, sort of on guard. But they, as soon as you just sort of flash the badge, they begrudgingly let you in.
We got backstage passes. Backstage passes.
So you enter the lower level, which is so you walk in and it's already about sort of 3-4 inches deep in water, so about half your height, I imagine.
I'm 3 foot.
Well, even so. That's
His ears sticking up the water.
So a sixth of your height.
You got a straw.
and there's sort of a bullywug band in the background, and a bunch of bullywugs sort of just inhabiting
play that same
space.
song again. It's so great. Is there a bar?
No.
Okay.
Is this just a meeting ground of...
It becomes very quickly apparent this is like a members club. You have to reach a certain level in society to be allowed in here. And if you reach that level, you go here because you have reached that level.
We have the level.
You do.
Cool.
You can go upstairs.
Do you know what?
It's a Haragon with a badge.
Oh.
And you find that again there are sort of multiple other bullywugs sort of reclining on, sort of chairs and things, sort of all doing the whole rich guy. Yeah, so we'll tax the poor boy. Yeah, you get that sort of vibe you get.
More
get from this
taxes.
place.
You know what this music is making me want to do? Happy feet. Smash, 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 smash.
More tax cuts for the rich.
And more money for me. I mean, Paul.
Yes. What? He says with the monocle on.
Yeah.
I am a monarch after all.
As a monarch with a monocle.
Yes.
So
You need another
when
M.
somebody surprises you, you go and it falls out.
You can attach it to your ear, so it only sort of
Yeah.
floats.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, I go into full rain dance mode now. entertain.
So it's literally almost just like can we get a drink whilst we're here? Is there like a servant wandering around with? Can one take one's order?
No.
It's literally just a place for people to hang out.
Yeah.
They are so important that they can be here, but they don't know why. They just want to be here.
But you do notice that there is sort of a clothesline going from this building up towards Bavlova's huts, and you notice that there are several others directly going
anything
up as well.
on them or?
Clothes.
Wow.
Bullywug clothes, or okay.
Or what passes as Bullywug clothing.
Yeah.
Can I see what it's attached to this?
The tree.
Does it look like a sturdy?
Make a investigation check.
Just in case we need to go. Get out quickly. 9.
It is perfectly safe for any weight you can think of.
Yes, you can climb it easy.
How much does your character weigh?
Oh, like 350, 400 pounds.
Yeah, she's kind
That's really.
I'm a half-orc barbarian. 7 pound of unadulterated, 7 foot of unadulterated
That's like
muscle.
7 pounds
7
of muscle.
pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just fat.
Yeah. As
I
far
have
as you can
such
tell,
control.
it's perfectly sturdy.
Exactly. So if you need to, you can climb across it.
After you.
Yeah, I'll go first.
And I'll wait until you're halfway across and just. So obviously there's these clotheslines that go between, but they're being used for.
Clothes.
Are they like the sort of the clotheslines that you get in, like, say they show in old movies in New York and stuff, where it's a line on a wheel that you can pull out and in? Or is it just a line that somebody has climbed out, put some clothes on?
There's sort of like wheels
Like a
that you
pulley
can move
system
back
to-
and
yeah,
forth. Yeah.
I think we need to go
So
down
if
south.
yeah, there are boats to
Yeah,
travel
we'll
between.
We'll commandeer a
I'll
boat.
do that.
How do I keep doing that? I'm not wearing a top, so it's pinned into my chest.
You just do it, it displaces this
Yeah.
spurt blood in their face just slightly.
You know what we need? Cowboy hats.
Where would you like to go to?
Let's start with
Right.
D13, because there's another sort of line that goes across there attached to a tree.
Yeah.
So you get in the boat, you go across the water, and you go to D13. Several holes dot the trunk of this gnarled old tree that grows on the shore of the lake. The tree has lost its bark and has a few withered leaves clinging to the end of its twisted, knotted branches. One end of the clothesline is tied on a high branch to the northwest side of the tree. Several old garments hang from the clothesline, the other end of which disappears in the fog hovering over the lake, but it goes towards where you've been told Babylon's house is.
I assume that's like proper tall.
From the looks of it, it looks like it's a
It's a raised
house on top of a stump, but it's too foggy for us to see.
Yeah, there's sort of like stilts and
Yeah.
a tree. She's tried to make a bit of privacy by elevating herself from everyone else.
She's doing ritual sacrifices. Of course, you just need to do that.
Who approaches, or who goes closest to the tree?
I was the one who was inspecting, so.
Okay.
Moi.
So as you sort of approach the tree, you see 4 small figures fly out of a hole in the trunk. They pepper you with tiny arrows and insult you of, "Oi, lummox, come and chase us!" and then sort of fly back into the tree.
Cool. Where did they fly back into?
There's multiple sort of holes in the tree. They're flying into different holes, and if you don't move, they sort of come out.
Toothpicks.
You recognise them as sort of sprites, tiny little creatures, and they come out and sort of continue to fire their bow and arrows at you, which has all of the effect of throwing a stone at a Challenger 2 tank.
Chase them. Boom, flame. Right, chase them.
If you
No.
chase them back to the tree, they just sort of go back into the trunk. Make a nature check. Oh, not nature. What's Survival is wisdom, I think. Because nature's intelligence.
Yes.
Survival is indeed wisdom.
Yeah, you can make a survival check.
10.
Yeah, it just looks like a very old tree to you.
Should burn well.
Stick your bat in one of the holes and
Old
fart.
dead tree.
Can
That's
I
burn the old, let
use
the new
my
grow.
athletics to attempt to, in one of their barrages, to... But keeping my hands apart to make it, rather than going...
Make an athletics check.
I'll get a 1, please.
12.
You miss. You do, and you get sort of like a tiny arrow sticking in the palm of your hand, and you're just like, oi! Again, it doesn't hurt, it's more annoying than anything.
Oh, acupuncture, I feel so relaxed.
It's a pressure point.
I'll continue to play with them, chase them, that sort of thing.
What would they like to chase? I can make a little like deer or something from an illusion. Just
You can make a
To try and
check to
distract them.
See if you can figure out what they're up to.
yeah.
I don't know what that would be. Investigation, perception, something like that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Both the same to me.
Okay.
I'll look down the holes or have a look around, see what's going on. Oh, 19.
You are being goaded into doing something. They want you to sort of follow them and attack the tree, but you're not sure why.
Stop goading me.
Attack the tree.
Yeah, they want us to go over there.
Sorry, I'm very like, no!
Don't fall into their trap.
Yeah, they've dug a
Big
very
gullet.
tiny pit next to the tree filled with toothpicks.
It'll be Gulliver's. Is it Gulliver?
Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah. The pull on your ears, they control you.
That was the Jack Black.
Jack Black, yeah.
And Chris O'Dowd. Yeah, the guy from the It Crowd.
Yeah, there's literally nothing else afterwards.
There's something about that tree.
Why don't you have a look? I'd say whilst I continue to play.
While you continue to try and chase the sprites in and around the tree that are much too quick.
Last time we spoke to a tree.
It spoke back.
Yeah. Hello, tree! As I shout.
Make a performance check.
Oh, excellent! Hey! Hey. 23. Hey!
You sort of
Got wood?
the tree sort of turn. You see the sort of some of the upper branches of the tree shake sort of very slowly, and sort of a big groan comes out as the tree just sort of leans over slightly to look at you. You get the feeling that this tree is a little bit more alive than most trees.
Yeah. Yeah, as I point to you, it's alive.
All living trees are living things. They're all
They don't
alive.
normally move to look
Not
at you.
like that.
They do for him.
They do now.
I don't know why you consider this unusual behaviour for a tree.
I can just now imagine that the wizard's life is like he's just walking out. You know the scene in Who Framed Roger Rabbit when he first drives into Toontown.
Yeah.
Hiya, Eddie. Hiya, Eddie.
Give them a few days and yeah. You can make another nature or survival check at advantage now that you have actually seen the tree move.
12, not much better.
With the movement, you recognise this as a blight, sort of a sentient, aggressive tree. You now realise that these sprites are trying to get you to attack the tree as a game, because a tree bite would wreck most people that live in Downfall.
Right. Much as I would like to attack this tree, it's Probably not a good idea.
Not very talkative
No.
though.
Not with only one hit point.
No.
I mean, if I had a full complement, I might have tipped it.
I will give you this. The Tree Blight's challenge rating is 7. So I will let you consider what you would like to do. And given that you have met multiple other living trees so far in this adventure, size makes it think.
I don't have any
Yeah.
issue with the tree.
I'm going to
I'm
say.
enjoying some fun with my new friends.
I'm going to say to the tree. I said, your tenants are causing problems. Distracting.
Can tree blights move?
Yes.
We need to go and find our man Illig as well.
Do you know
So
what's
this tree's
really
gonna try and
disturbing?
attack us.
Is someone was able to tie a clothesline to this tree.
Just because they can move doesn't mean they necessarily want to.
Oh, I know.
But if you start attacking it, it's probably going to want to
Yeah,
move.
but it found a spot it thought was quite nice and
Yeah.
it's just sort of happy to stay there until.
Okay.
It's just the tree in this area, isn't it?
Yes, that's.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a very large old gnarled tree.
What's around D14?
D14.
I wave goodbye to my new friends.
They sort of chase you for a little while and they get really disappointed because they were. You get the sense that most of their enjoyment comes from watching people get stomped by a tree that has 138 hit points when you're level 2.
I'll get a spray bottle. Psst, psst, psst. Go away. Psst.
Your heart suddenly feels cold. Maybe not yours. And maybe not yours. Filling you with a sense of loneliness that borders on despair. A haunting, melancholy tune played on a flute reaches out to you from somewhere within a field of oversized toadstools.
I like the tune, but I'm so sad. I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. That's what I sing. Sorry.
There
This is the Kim Jong Un version.
I need to rewatch Team America.
Yes.
Oh, my favourite. So apparently,
Regards.
when Trey Parker and Matt Stone presented it to the Paramount or whatever for the first time, you know, it starts off with the really terrible animation.
Yeah.
Apparently, the studio stopped the film at that point, or did something, and were like, "What have you done with our money?" Before it transitioned into an actual film.
It's a good film. Some of the scenes that they filmed in it were quite well filmed because it's like blowing up the Panama Canal, the way in which they did that was quite an interesting. Because like a behind the scenes thing, I think they built a
it's vertical.
it was a
isn't
vertical set and then they just poured water down the vertical set
Ah.
with the explosions then going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the trees were marijuana leaves.
Yeah. Gary.
Don't remember that one.
Oh no, they're just their background is normal plants, but the leaves are actually marijuana leaves,
Oh right.
or look like that at least.
He's saying, "Kiss me, kiss me."
And then
Smart ass motherfucker.
and the bit in Paris where the Louvre,
Mm.
if you look at the floor,
It's baguette. It's
Croissants.
croissants. That's it. Yeah, I did know that one. So, also, do you know why Matt Damon's character only does that? Matt Damon. So, no, they had lines and everything for his character, but they commissioned one model head per actor, and his got melted in the process. And instead of paying for a new one, they just went with it.
We're guards. Don't try and out-act me, kid. And it gives one of the most logical speeches. Because if you're a dick, or you're a pussy, you're only 2 inches away from being an asshole.
But Dick's like. But you just get covered in shit.
A speech you are free to try. So you go to the end of this sort of toadstool. Well, you're at the edge of
On
this
the edge
toadstool
of it,
patch,
sort of,
and you can feel sort of a very haunting tune.
I don't like that.
You do recognise it as very musically proficient, though. It's very sad, but it's also very sort of well played.
So good, but so sad.
So sad.
Do I hear it as something nice or do I hear something different? Yes.
No, you hear it. Your sanity is still unaffected at this point. It's going to take a couple of days for it to start settling in.
It's at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so far, we've seen giant trees, merfolk that can absolutely destroy us. Do we really want to wander off into a mushroom field towards a disembodied, eerie music noise? It's literally probably sounds like the Exorcist music.
Tudor bells.
No, think more of like one of Adele's. Also sad, not terrifying.
As sad as the song is, it's beautiful.
Do you want to find the source?
Yeah, because he needs a backup
There's
dancer.
got some ketchup right here.
That's me. Like do some sort of somber dance or something towards him. Oh no, the Michael Jackson Thriller.
Through. So you thriller
Some
dance
moonwalk down
through the mushrooms.
First feature-length music video.
Yes.
A slender elf with pale blue skin and black hair sits curled in the shadow of a grey 6-foot-tall toadstool, playing a sombre tune on a double flute.
Double flute.
A double. What instrument do I have?
Probably have a flute.
Oh, can I join in?
Be a Saturn's flute.
Listening to the tunes, I'll try and get an idea of what.
Make a performance check with advantage.
Yeah. 7 or 8. So that's a 13.
You're not fully in tune with him. You're sort of trying to jump in midway through a song. There are a couple of notes out of place, but it's
Got
not
used
too bad.
to it, you know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
new
not too
song.
bad. The sort of the song finishes, and then he just sort of looked up expectantly.
Bravo! Bravo, man's got talent. As have I, but he's got more.
Encore.
I won a competition with my talent.
Congratulations, Your Highness.
Are you bragging to us to make them?
I don't know what I was doing. My brain.
The old humble brag.
I mean, I should know talent when I see it. I have won a few competitions myself.
I've got the wings to prove it. Little butterfly wings.
Very impressive.
Why is everything so... Sorry, I do apologise, but I was a happy person until I came here.
Well,
Me
this
too.
place to bring anyone down.
Why, so what happened? Please tell me. I'm very good at listening.
I've got the ears for it.
Shit.
I came here seeking help. My wife died
Oh.
tragically, and I was seeking some help to move on from her loss.
Did she die in a freak hot air balloon accident?
No. Completely independently of everything you've known so far. I sought the help of someone who said they could help me. I should have read the terms and conditions slightly.
What's her
Yeah.
name?
Pavlova?
Pavlova.
Pavlova. Yes, she promised she would take my pain away, and she took my heart away and replaced it with that of a goat. I can no longer feel anything anymore.
Give a little
Well, it took your pain away then, didn't it?
Among with everything else.
I give him a comforting pat. I apologise, my friend.
She's a hag. Did you really expect anything different?
Yeah. TripAdvisor 5-star reviews. I made
What deal with again?
So I
a
reckon...
bad choice, but people in such pain often do.
Well, I am truly deeply saddened to hear of
To
your.
bash the sugar out.
Don't want it affecting any of my rolls.
Cock Johnson sugar.
Yeah.
Loaded, that sugar was on the one.
I'm deeply saddened to hear of your passing and your predicament. I think we need to talk to this Pavlova.
Well, that's what we're doing tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
But we don't do deals.
No.
I look at you.
I haven't made any deals.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. And we apologise. And potentially we might better give it back.
Did you take his feelings?
His story was so heart-wrenching.
Literally.
Sorry, too soon.
Bit close to the chest there.
All right.
It doesn't offend them. He can't feel offence. He can't
Ah.
feel pain anymore.
Huh.
So
It's like this. Like, thank you. Tell my wife.
I said hello.
Hello.
So I tell you what I think you should do is you should try the C note, you know. Try that. As I'm trying to teach him
And
how to be nice.
Yeah, he rolls 24 on his performance.
See?
it's an A minor day.
Doesn't that make you feel better a little bit?
I feel nothing.
Well, I felt good.
Good for you.
Yay.
Yay me.
It's like, you don't have a Black Lotus, but I have a Black Lotus. Sucks to be you, peasant.
Well, I'm not promising anything, but we're trying. We might better. So
So
what do we
he
need
came-
to get
He came here to make a deal with
Pavlov.
about his
Ah.
wife or something? Yeah?
the hag.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Couple of months.
How long has... Well, no, because time goes differently here, doesn't it?
From
Time
his
goes
point of view, it's a
by.
couple of months.
Yeah.
So,
So
slowly.
he has seen a couple of, or he would have seen at least 2 kings come and go.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that he's been paying particular
No, he
attention.
doesn't, yeah.
He doesn't care.
But she's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like she's doing a lot of things.
Where did he seek her out from? From the... Not from where we are, where the hither... No.
The hither, I think,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he was already in the hither.
Oh, right. When...
Or he travelled to the he travelled to the Feywild because he knew, in the same way that one
Yeah,
of your
yeah,
party
yeah.
members
Yeah,
had
yeah.
travelled for a
He
fountain
heard
of
of something.
aging.
He heard of something in the outside world, and then came here.
Yeah,
to,
if there are, if they have the power to kill me, it's their kind of,
yeah,
kind of approach. And they did.
silly reason
In
for people to come to the
Manner
Feywild,
of speaking.
We're gonna have a chat. We'll have a chat.
making contracts and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, who would do that, right?
I think we'll have a chat with her tomorrow and see what she says. But no deals.
Does he know anything about a missing stag head?
Yeah. So we need to find.
Has
a
he
missing stag
seen
head.
anything that might look like a stag head?
He doesn't remember seeing anything when he was in Pavlov's hut.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Drury Lane.
So I've heard.
Well,
What is his name?
she's married to the Muffin Man.
Octavian.
Well, don't be so glum, Octavian. There is still plenty of time.
What's this building next to you? The D15.
It's an empty building, I think.
Oh, home.
Cool.
Somewhere to stay.
Where do you stay at night?
He just sort of looks up under the giant mushroom and is just like, here.
Cool.
Comfy.
Sure.
You wouldn't happen to know where a Baron Illig is, would you? Somewhere around here? We were told he might be somewhere around here.
I pay no interest to what those weird frog things get up to.
Wise.
Amen.
We live on the edge of their town.
Where else am I going to go?
I heard that what might help him is climbing that tree over there.
Don't listen to him.
What sort of time are we getting to now?
You still got a couple of
Yeah,
hours. So it's sort of entering twilight, but as you know, twilight lasts a long time.
Yeah. I want to go and have a look at D15.
Yep. This hut has a steep thatched roof. A small wooden chest rests in the centre of the room. Scattered around it are 6 fraying silk cushions. The air here carries the stench of decaying fish. A lit brazier hangs from the rafter, providing the dwelling's only light.
Give it a quick little run through inspection of make sure there's like no secret entrances
Do you open
in
the
the
chest?
floor. Not yet.
Okay. No, there are no entrances.
Never trusting of a chest in the middle of a room.
With a light over the top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the insane one. Put your face in it.
Would you
The
like me
insane
to?
one.
Quite
One
frankly,
hit point, yeah.
if it was a mimic and got up and moved, it'd be, oh, yeah, that's perfectly normal.
Should we check the area out? Make sure that we are 100% safe.
There's no one else in this building apart from
Yeah.
yourself.
There's no one
But
else.
obviously
but there
someone
might
has
be something.
been in here because there's a lit brazier. Not
Brazier?
a brazier.
Why not? I like Brazil.
Yeah, well, they're not good if they're lit, really.
Yeah, true.
Well, if you're protesting something.
Well, yes. Women's rights and all that.
You do recognise this as sort of a long burning spell.
Okay.
It's not like a candle, it's a
Yeah.
sort of, yeah.
It's
Man
meant
with
to
the
burn
patriarchy.
forever. One burner. It's,
Eyes open, gentlemen.
They are.
Yes, you. And you.
for what?
I don't know how far you can see.
Gets out his glasses. Extra
Gets out his
feet
glasses,
there,
puts
yes.
them on, and just goes.
All right.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I honestly don't know.
Alright. Do we honestly want to go?
What's up to you? Do you want to go and have a look at the chest?
Well, yeah.
Oh, well
Yeah.
then.
I'll be
I
careful.
say, stepping out of the door. Backwards.
How many hit points do we all have?
I have not a lot.
I have even less.
We'll do a sweep of the area to see if there's anything.
I've already
hidden.
done a sweep of the area.
I'm going to do a sweep of the
Did you
area.
bring a broom with you? Did you?
Yeah, still need to find illegal.
Can I investigate the immediate area around the chest to see if there's any hidden traps or anything?
I'll give you some free, there aren't any.
Okay.
But there are some very obvious ones.
I completely missed.
There are hidden traps. If you look up, there's a string and an anvil.
Lit brazier with a big chest. Sounds like a great party.
That certainly is.
No, it does indeed. It does
Well,
indeed.
I'm
You
about-
can tell it's experienced D&D players. There's a chest sat in the middle of the room. Not going to touch it.
Well,
It's me running
So-
the campaign,
so-
guys.
first of all,
It's not
there's
like I
a
have a
chest
weird
set in the
obsession
middle of the
with
lit room,
mimics.
but also we are in the Feywild.
Well,
This could be some old woman who lives in this house.
can I borrow your big walking stick?
Also, that was a first-time check.
Mm.
No, how am I going to
From-
walk?
Gortez 33.
Hold on to him.
Oh, I've got.
Can I just borrow it for a second?
I give you my quarterstaff instead out of my pocket, like a different stick. I like the other one.
Sorry, I poke the chest.
Nothing happens.
Can I like poke it to try and get the lid open?
Sure. The lid opens.
Got my quarterstaff back then.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, I guess what's in it?
A small wooden chest contains cookingware, spices, old fish bones, and a mummified toad. You do recognise that there is a sort of sense of magic coming off of the toad.
Oh, right.
Throw some money
Throw
at
some
it.
money at it. So your money isn't good for much else. You may as well just throw it at things.
I do not have.
It's totally going to be a
detect
psychedelic
magic,
toad.
sadly.
You don't have it
Put sharp
prepared.
edges on,
No.
on your
You should
coins
do
to use
ritual
the
cast
shuriken.
if you did.
No, I don't prepared or
I
anything.
don't
Here,
have-
shopkeep, take my money to the face.
I have identify, so I could identify.
Ritual. Can you do that ritually?
Yeah, ritual.
Identifies only ritual, I believe,
Yeah.
actually.
And that's
No,
probably-
you
and
can
that's probably
use it as a
good
normal
for
spell.
it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it was only ritual.
No.
Identify wizard as ritual. Range area touch casting time 11 minutes.
So-
Yeah, I
so-
thought it was-
Yeah, no, it can be done as a ritual.
Because
Does it
it's an
require a spell
action
slot, though?
or 11 minutes.
Yes.
If you use it as a ritual, it doesn't take up a spell
Oh,
slot.
okay.
Ah,
Good,
yes.
like, so I can use them. So
You
I could-
essentially, it's like with they did it with detect magic and things like that. It just
Yeah.
allows you to things that you might do quite often, but you
Yeah.
don't necessarily. So more often than not, people used to always save it for. Well, we've gone to town. Let's identify everything because it's.
Or you,
that,
so
yeah.
when you go to sleep at night,
Yeah.
you can then just have a pile and you identify stuff.
Yeah.
A horny toad in a chest, normal weekend. Do you identify the toad?
Yes, I would like to identify the toad.
So it has an aura of evocation magic. When the mummified toad is tossed into a pot or a kettle of water, it dissolves and produces the darkness spell from the container. The darkness spell, of course, is a 30-foot dome of magical darkness that lasts 10 minutes.
That's cool.
And there are no concentration checks for this because it's a static effect.
Would you have to throw it in again? Sorry, boiling water.
A pot of water.
Pot of water.
Pot of
Oh, a
water.
pot of
Doesn't
water.
need to be boiling.
Have we got-
Boiling preferred.
So,
Dan
Oh, wait.
brought me here, blame him.
We always blame down.
You're welcome.
Also, who's Dan?
That's yeah. I was,
Dan.
it's like
I don't have a Dan here.
My name's changed to Depot de Bovary.
someone called
Ballsy
Boom Summit.
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
was booking
I-
us to play
yeah.
golf the other
Yeah.
day, and I had to book us under our real names. And for the life of me, I couldn't remember his name for like 10 minutes. Just like, begins with an S.
Someone, we were in store one time and someone called him and said, "Oh, and Simon." I'm like,
Who?
"Fuck Simon."
Yeah.
Like, ah, yes.
So you've got a darkness bomb.
Darkness
Yeah.
Frog.
It's a darkness bath bomb.
Yeah.
He's gonna forget it's in his pocket next time he goes for a bath.
Why is it dark in here?
Oh God! I'm
Alright,
blind.
guys, who turned off the lights?
I don't know that we probably want to use this as somewhere to hang out. Then
It looks like someone's cooking stuff, right?
or living here, so it's not as deserted as.
Well, is there any like bedrolls or anything?
So we're
Just the
just some
cushions.
silky cushions.
yeah.
But as I say,
It's more like a meeting place. Than
the town itself is relatively stable. You still have tents and things. You can,
Yeah.
yeah, you can.
We
you
can
can find
pitch
a
up
clutch of
next to
trees.
this place.
Yeah.
Directly in front
Yeah,
of the door.
in front of the door on the pathway.
So add that to my inventory then.
So you got it. Yeah.
Toad bomb. Yeah.
What was the other stuff in it?
Herbs and spices and fish bones.
Is it
We can make a
the
fish
original 13 herbs and spices?
stew. Should we make a fish stew?
64.
Oh yeah, we need food.
We need food. Easy.
I need food.
Yeah.
And you as well.
We all need
We
food.
can make a fish stew, right?
Spices, yeah.
I probably need.
There is a cooking pot that you can take here as well.
But you get
And
bones.
But
Great.
combine that with a fire genasi and
Yeah. Just hold your hand over his head.
just hold this for an hour
And
or
then
so.
what you need to do after that is then you put the frog in and it becomes one of those dining experiences.
Yeah,
Yes. blind waiting staff.
you can charge 100 GP a head
Yeah.
For 10 minutes.
for 10 minutes. It's a short time to make money, but
Okay.
We still got some things. I think if we get to like D16
Yeah.
back across this bridge, because we're heading this way trying to find.
The Duke.
Was it
Duke?
no, Baron,
Baron.
Illig.
Illig, yeah.
Baron Beef.
Yes. Baron of Illig.
so
What's my name?
the wooden door to this dwelling is barred shut
From the inside or the outside?
inside. As you knock on the door, you hear sort of a whisper, "Push the note under the door."
And then I jam it in under the bottom of the door.
I imagine, will you actually sort of break part? Make a strength check.
Oh.
Oh, you break a nail.
Yeah, no, you don't break the bottom of the door. You sort of
Splinter.
slide the note. No, that's harsh.
I do that and then I go, because I bent the nail back. Oh.
You slide the note under the door, and then you hear it from the other side as they pick up the.
I mean, we are literally in the soggy kingdom.
Yeah.
So a soggy note.
No one will notice.
But you sort of hear the sound of something happening behind the door. Standing just inside the door is a jittery bodywork with a spear, and behind this guard is a wooden crate with hunting gear piled atop it. Huddled at the back of the hut are 4 more bodyworks. Tension hangs heavy in the air as one of the Bullywugs signals you to enter and join their conversation.
I enter.
Do the secret handshake.
Yeah.
Right.
So you sort of enter the Bullywug sort of sitting at the back,
What's this?
being the
D16.
D16, yeah, being the best dressed. If you had to take a look at him, the clear main character. It's like an anime. Spot the main character. The clear main character at the back to sort
We
of
need
leans
to
back.
cut tension down.
Oh, cut tension down.
Why have you tied him up?
Just sort of sits at the back and says, "So, you got my message then?"
I don't know why you're looking at him. He got the message.
Oh, she's just looking at you in general.
Yeah.
Sorry, you read the message.
Well, we're here, aren't we? I say nonchalantly.
Allow me to introduce myself. I
Baron?
am Baron Muckstump.
Nice to meet you, Baron Muckstump.
Freeze!
I am Actan. I am
The monarch.
the monarch. That's it. Thank you. For
Glad
reminding
somebody
me.
recognises it.
Yeah. I don't recognise myself. Whoa. Let's look in the mirror.
And he sort of looks at you expectantly to introduce yourself. Do you remember the rest of the characters' names?
I do. Igor.
I go.
Igo. Fucking hell, my memory. Igo is here. We have
This is a little curt nod.
Marius.
And sort of another curt nod in your direction.
And we have Elor here. He's our resident gentleman.
Don't you fall over.
No, yeah.
We're
probably on the
so you're slapping his ass.
Consensually or not?
Oh, sorry, I pushed it back up. My bad.
Give me a sec. That's a very loud.
It's already been replaced twice. They've told me the third one's free.
So he sort of points to the four Bullywugs standing around. This is Glorig, Gullivec, and there's sort of a giant muscle-bound Gullywug in the corner. This is Vloop. Literally, V-O-O-L-P is the name. And sort of Vloop just stands there sort of, for a Bullywug, this absurd, muscular-bound thing. He just sort of nods in your direction, trying to look... Yeah, about 18 on the intimidation check. So it's looking quite intimidating.
So you're the brains.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Blue brain.
He's the brains.
Oh, he's sort of squaring up to the half-orc, just sort of, in that whole, like, yeah, Jim Bro kind of. Probably coming off, as you can make
You
an
ever watched
intimidation check.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
There's the one. Oh, it's almost a 19.
19,
He's getting the better of you, I'm afraid.
There's the one guy who's
The pie around
his
the
big
face.
his big thing is that he's muscly, and whenever he meets another muscly man, they're just constantly complimenting each other and flexing at each other.
Yeah.
That's their language.
That's sort of what the two of you are doing. He's just clearly more rehearsed.
I think we need to go
Yes.
to the
I don't really.
corner of the room.
Yes, right over there.
I don't know the physique from it.
No, none of us do, I think, to be honest.
Well, yes. No.
What's that up there?
Can I cast my illusion that my Celtic got one massive arm?
I do my illusion on the other arm.
Yes.
And then he sort of, and then Illig or Baron Muckstump just sort of says, "So, how many anvils can you lift?"
Anvils.
Yes, Gortez is asking.
I mean, it entirely depends on the size of the anvil.
Yeah, are they half-orc anvils or pixie anvils?
You need to kind of. I mean, we're talking dwarven anvils, or we're talking elven anvils, because those are two completely different beasts.
What about giant
Made of
anvils?
metal. The other's made of wood.
You got the mountain giant anvils.
Or dragon anvils that's just melted metal. But the Baron sort of looks up at the rest of you and says, "Now that we're here, we can fill you in on the plan."
Yeah.
Sort of immensely proud of this, and you sort
As
of
soon
put-
as he says plan, I go shh and look around.
I'm like acting like we know exactly what he's going on about. And yeah.
He sort of just lifts up the barrel that was sort of sat in between them. And in the mud, you can see sort of a very crude drawing of a frog and a dagger. We stab him in the face. That's the some extent of their plan.
I step back, covering my face.
I mean,
Right.
it has a certain simplicity.
Yeah.
It's to the point.
It's
Yeah.
bound to work. We'll go up, we'll approach him, and just trip and oh no, in the face.
Is this the normal method employed historically, or?
What do you mean the normal method?
Well,
Well,
this happened quite a lot.
Like I say, you
before.
do seem to have a change of monarch fairly
Say,
regularly.
no, it has to be unique every time.
I was going to say, I want one.
The only way for you to take the crown is it's a unique kill.
You can't copy.
You go back in your memory, you don't see any other. You don't remember a bullywug head on the bridge with a knife sticking out of its forehead.
They tend to avoid the face.
This would appear to be new.
Yeah.
Oh, so they tend, is it normally in the back they go for then, is it?
However, we can get them.
Poison.
Poison, yes. If
Yeah.
we can get to their cooks, that's a great way. Accidentally pushing them into the water is another really good way. And just other things.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say,
a bit hard to push.
bullywugs in water, isn't that a bit of a...
Well, there's the merfolk in there too.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. They let the marrow attack and
Yeah.
just sort of the rest
Oh,
of the bullywugs
no.
stand on the
Oh
thing.
dear! Oh, somebody go get the lifeguard.
I see you're familiar with these
Yeah.
plans.
However,
I've been a party to a few political assassinations.
if it was me, I probably wouldn't want to be monarch of this place. You don't seem to live long enough.
They're the one who's
Okay.
going to change that trend.
Yeah.
Gullub the 19th isn't going to live long, but King Illig the First, that's a reign that will go down in history.
At first, look.
Ah.
I'll tell you what. Tell you
The
what.
first of many.
Can we just have a conversation quickly
Yeah.
about the plan?
I get the barrel.
Yeah.
Trouble is, you're going to be up here with the barrel on your head.
Yeah.
Us two are kind of just looking at it, and he's down there with no barrel at all.
Also,
Like,
let's be honest, it's a barbarian half-orc. I imagine he's just belting out of the barrel.
Oh, yeah,
full volley.
One who only knows how to enunciate.
He can't see them, therefore they can't hear him.
he doesn't need thaumaturgy.
Logica.
Everybody knows.
do we help him and then he helps us?
I don't know that he necessarily needs our help, other than maybe distraction.
Yeah, but I'm talking about getting help with this woman.
Yeah, I don't think the Bollywogs will going to help with that one.
Well,
I mean-
not under the current reign, what about now if we help him out?
Given the reaction of everyone else to her, I suspect not.
Yeah. But
You could set it up for.
But it's always
later,
useful to have
maybe. But
the big guy in your pocket.
Oh, yeah. Well, if
Creeping around.
yeah, a leader that
Occasionally I'll look up and look at them.
a leader that owes you a favour is always useful.
Because this other leader doesn't seem to like.
When do they plan? I sort of lean back.
Yeah.
When do you plan on attacking?
In the next day or two.
So like maybe. What is it that they want from us? Distraction, subterfuge, a back massage.
A sword.
I draw the line of sleeping with him.
Give him the dagger. What dagger? The one from the Dragon Lord guy.
Oh, yeah.
What the ultimate kill? He kills his
With the escape prisoner.
with the escape.
As I pull out this one.
Do you need a weapon?
Yeah, look at this.
And then you sort of see his eyes go wide as he recognises that this is a magic weapon, and yeah, most of their swords are pretty pitiful. If there was a dwarven cleric of the forge here, he would be having a heart attack.
I suppose it's a +1 dagger, wasn't it?
It's a +1 dagger.
But what better to defend his throne?
However, yeah, true. However, I am a little bit nervous of how obvious he is.
It happens all the time around here.
It is the normal political process.
Yeah.
Also, it's the perfect subterfuge because you were told to investigate who broke out
So,
the creature,
if
and
he
then
does
you give
it-
the only evidence you have to their political rival.
What we could do is, if it seems to be going awry, we could stop the political and say, "We've got him. Here's the evidence."
You planted.
He's probably responsible for it anyway. So
A plus police.
if it's not
Yeah.
that, he's done something.
I'll put some white powder in the other pocket.
He's guilty of something. We'll figure it out later.
He's also told you he's planning on killing the king. You've also got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, welcome to the world of policing. He's guilty of something.
So
But
what you're telling
tail
me
lie,
is it's a win-win for us.
It could be.
Yeah, we are.
persuasion check.
We can either dob him in and gain favour with this king, or
Dirty 20.
we help
You
him,
will return the dagger after the deed is done. if you
or we
like.
help him do the deed, and we got favour with this king.
Do we
So
need the dagger returned?
Really?
Sorry, wait. He will happily return it.
Think of it as a gift to the new king.
Yeah. So that when we come back, we'll be, monarch to monarch.
All the better to defend his new kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it as
how
a
long do you
gift.
think this one might last?
We'll take it back from the next one.
You want you'll go back to the bridge and that'll be him with the dagger in his hand.
I see you are gentlemen of most excellent upstanding.
I will stand up straight,
I prefer to sit down myself.
head to the roof.
You will of course be rewarded greatly with suitable positions once I take the throne.
However, I just want to make it clear that we won't be bound to stay here, right?
You are free to come and go as
Excellent.
you please.
Because I am a free rabbit.
No, you're a number.
Did somebody give you a sock?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I wouldn't trust that sock.
I use it as
Socks and singles.
I use it as a bludgeoning weapon. Well, okay. Maybe I'll tell you what. Maybe morning is best suited.
I
for
mean,
an attempt.
we need to go back to
You need to go back to the king in the morning.
king in the morning
to get
the book to go thing,
Yeah.
where he'll be quite distracted talking to us.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That might be a useful time to be near him with a magical dagger.
Mm-hmm.
One of you can make a perception check.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Probably.
You're the one with the eyes at the moment.
15.
Nice.
Among the other items you see lying in this room is sort of a big crate that has Bavlor's name scrawled on the side of it. Do you speak Sylvan? If not, it's scrawled in
speak.
common.
Alright, speak.
Property
I
of-
speak to him.
Okay, well you see there's a crate with Bavlor's name scrawled on the side in Sylvan,
Yep.
and hunting gear piled on top. Sort of, crossbows, bolts, tracking equipment, traps, that sort of thing.
What's in the box?
Oh, carcasses. Go have a look. You open the crate and it's just sort of, it's dead animals essentially. They've hunted and killed.
Food. Oh yeah, we could. Do you mind?
Can we have some
We
food?
took one of these. No.
Take one if you like. They are Bavlor is quite an amateur taxidermist. They are the next project. Not sure how fresh the meat is, but if
Aren't we all
it.
amateur taxidermists?
Hey, we cook it. It's fine.
You boil the fuck out of it. It
Yeah.
tastes just as
Yeah.
good.
We hope.
Soup.
Like fish head soup. Whereas, by day 7, is there really any flavour left?
It's just liquid.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We shall await.
Yep.
Aha! The signal.
Vloop just copies you at the back and is like, signal! Can't go badly.
Maybe we should actually
Quiet.
rethink that.
Quiet. Quiet.
We can, if need be, we can always prevent the king being replaced.
don't know. How would the rest of the people take to us stopping a
Transfer of power.
racial tradition?
I think what should happen is they should look out for the book transfer. Once we've got the book in our hand, that's when
That's what's going to happen is this guy's going to stab the one guy, and he's going to turn around and be like, look at it, and his friend's just going to,
Stab it.
Yeah.
There'll be a chain
Usually there's about 7 transitions in a single day.
I've seen Loki.
Is that why one of them only has 10 seconds of king?
Anything else you wish to discuss with the conspirators?
No,
and
just
Baron?
that we didn't see them, they didn't see us. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Otherwise, it will not work.
Do they know who released the prisoner?
They've got no clue.
Prisoner? What prisoner?
Just further proof of how bad King Gallop is. He can't even keep prisoners.
He's got one.
Yeah, one.
But that one seems to replace the one that they
released.
He's working on a 1-for-1 ratio.
It's like a club, it's 1 in, 1 out. You can release someone from prison by taking their base in prison.
Yeah. I think we're okay for now, because we need to go see... So, do they know anything about a stag head?
They what?
No.
It's going to be in our building.
They
It's
assume
going to be
that
mounted on Pavlova's wall.
Yeah.
It'll be stuffed to pop the
Average
wall.
taxidermist.
again, they sort of say if something is lost, it's most likely Pavlova. That
Yeah.
stealing things appears to be her MO.
Yeah. She stole my heart. No, she stole that guy, that elf heart. Right.
So, as she can steal your heart.
She's got to find it first. My half-orc physiology. We keep them right here. Yeah, I think we need to rest up. Maybe you guys need to cook your dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the spices and things.
I think it's time we take a break.
Yes. We will be back in 5-ish minutes, everybody. If I remember to keep this. And on that note, we're back.
Hey, not bad.
It's only one of those conversations without context.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to do before you take a long rest?
No, I think we're going to take a...
Who's watching?
Well,
You can find bywalks to... Again, if you're in the town, you don't need to set a
I
watch.
don't know if I trust the Bullywugs.
You have the sheriff's badge.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
You're not the king, they don't really...
you're not going to assassinate us to take our sheriff's badges.
I think that's the DM saying, he doesn't care.
No, he's lulling us into a false sense of security.
Yeah, that's it. We get so
We're going to
relaxed.
wake up with a tree stood over us.
He'll TP chaos.
Alright, I've got 15 hit points again. Let's go get that tree.
Yeah, I'm happy to just take a long rest.
Yeah, so
So you can all take a long rest and you all level up.
Yay!
Level 3.
Level up, level up.
Alright,
Now I need to choose my...
Might be.
You tell me.
Daisy.
That's a 2.
Oh,
Oh, they're your
yeah.
portents.
Yep.
There's me manage your characters.
Long rest. Take long rest. Long rest.
Do the time of portents.
Yes.
So don't go camping.
Not my dice. I don't care about my dice.
Yeah.
That wasn't very punny now, was it?
One of the lads at work, he's just so fast
Eight.
at puns. He just
I wish I was better at puns. I
Oh,
love
you roll
a
your
good
hit
pun.
points.
I know it's fixed, isn't it?
Well, when you level up, it should.
You have the
It's done.
choice.
It gives you the option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's done. Damn it!
Again, I'm not particularly fussed. If you want to roll and get an 8, you can. You can also roll and get a 1. So
I'll stuck with it. I'll stick with it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just let the.
so
yeah, I think
Right.
average.
I need subclasses from 2 of you.
Yeah.
And Tom and David, is there anything I need to know about your level up?
It's just spells. For
Yeah.
me.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't know what I was going to go for. I think it's that one.
I've got a few more spells now.
So there are some pretty good bard subclasses.
Yeah, I was thinking of glamour, but I had everything planned all the way through to the levels. I think you said 7, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll do this, do this, do this, do this, and I'm like,
I've now got Burning Hands 3 times on my spell list.
Race, class, druid.
Well, 2 race and 1 class.
How do you have 2 in them?
Because 1 I can do per long rest, or I can use it as a spell slot from my class.
Yeah, you get 1 free, don't you?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's a lot of spells.
oh, where was that? Like, when I was performing? Not
What,
on
enthralling performance.
performance, yeah.
Yeah. See, I still maintain College of Eloquence are the best bards because it's just more bard to your bard.
Ah, see, that's a new one. I've not seen this one yet. Silver Tongue. Might be at the right time. Ah, that's basically rogue. If you roll under a 10, it becomes a 10. That's a rogue ability.
So I play a College of Eloquence bard on our
Ooh.
Wednesday campaign. I
Yeah.
can't roll under 20 for persuasion or deception,
Yeah.
and because I'm a changeling as well. And we got these glasses that people now can't tell when I'm lying. It's just like,
It'll take the form of the beast. Path of the
form of
beast.
beast. Okay. I totally know what that one does.
When you enter your rage, you can transform, revealing the bestial power within you. Until the rage ends, you manifest a natural weapon. It counts as a simple melee weapon
Is
for
this
you.
like Scorpion's tail?
So you can do a bite, so you transform your mouth. You
Yeah.
can do claws, you transform your hand, and you can do a tail. So
Oh, that was what I was going to be in the Golden Vault. I was playing a fairy barbarian because
Yeah.
obviously.
So the bite one lets you deal 1d8 piercing damage on a hit, and on each of your turns, once on each of your turns when you deal damage to a creature with this bite, you regain a number of hit points equal to your proficiency bonus, provided you have less than half of your hit points when you hit.
Yep.
The claw basically allows you to make a second claw attack as a part of the initial attack,
Yeah.
and that does a d6 damage plus thing. And then there's tail. You grow a lashing spiny tail which deals 1d8 pierce damage on a hit and has the reach property. If a creature you can see within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to swipe your tail and roll a d8, applying a bonus to your AC equal to the number rolled.
See, that's actually. I think the tail one is really good because it's got reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You can literally just slap somebody.
I like the sound of this spell. Spike growth.
That's really good.
But I would imagine, because we're in the Fae, for the purposes, it'll be probably not quite the animal that it would be in the normal
Yes,
world.
it will be it will be the same effect. but
Instead
you'll
of growing a
get
tail, I grow a pink elephant trunk.
something like that. Yeah, I'll figure out
Yeah.
what a fairy tail equivalent of a scorpion tail would be. But
Yeah.
same effect, but different.
Yeah.
Different point of view. Bard, anything in class for me?
Glamour. I will be doing glamour. And I get expertise and 2 skills. That's all I got really for on spells, which is what I'm dealing with now.
So obviously you are leveling up, but you still have sort of a long rest. So if there's anything you want to do,
Change out spell slots, that sort of thing.
yeah. Or don't forget
Yeah.
you have a couple of hours sort of on the raft as well. So I imagine you're camping near Frank,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as you
Oh.
named him.
I might try and identify a couple of other things I've got then. Because I've got this random little vial of. Where's the fucking inventory go? So yeah, I've got this random flask of rainwater from the Feywild, and then the pairs of boots. A couple of things I could try identify them or.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
On the
the vial of rainwater is just a vial of rainwater.
Okay.
It was special because you got it on a different plane. So
Right.
it was rain from a different plane, but you've now brought it back home. So it's just water.
There's rain from Spain, there's awfully plain.
Yeah. It's sort of like the equivalent of going to England and buying some very expensive import French
Unfortunately,
cheese
it's-
and then
yeah.
taking it back to France and being like, hey!
Belle Delphine does not have the same power here as she does.
It's not Ethot Barport, no. As for the boots, though, so before you take a long rest, how many hit points do you have?
I have 1 hit point.
Yeah, I won't do that because that'd be really harsh. Then. Make a Constitution
20.
saving throw.
Oh god.
And this is before a long rest, so you won't have your special die.
Yeah.
No.
So, 18.
Cool. You are going to take psychic damage if you fail. As you go to identify the boots, something happens that has never happened before. So normally when you identify stuff, you get very clear pictures of what it is.
Not when you're the thing in reality.
Yeah.
But with this, there's such a vast stream of information, you can't make heads or tails of it. The bits you do recognise are all foods, you think, but you're effectively, the spell effectively fails as you are overwhelmed by the sheer volume of data that comes out of these old boots. And as you're doing this, as you're sort of, I imagine you're picking the boot up, you're turning it, you're looking at the maker's mark, something small and golden falls out of one of the boots and lodges itself between 2 planks on the raft.
What falls out of the boot then?
Do you investigate?
Yes. Definitely.
It's a seed.
Lodged.
Yes. You do have a druid that can take a look at it as well, but a small golden seed fell out of one of the
Oh
boots.
no,
and
don't
lodged.
get it wet, he says, pouring a cup of water on top.
Yeah. Well, I guess I gotta go over and ask Maris about it then, yeah. Maris, I tried to identify these old boots, but it was very weird. Too much information. I've been to a lot of places, I think, and a seed fell out. What do you make of the
These
seed?
boots were made for walking.
Yeah.
It's a seed.
Yes.
Well, do I make
Nature
it?
or survival check?
Nat 20, 23.
Yeah, it's not a normal seed. You've never seen any. Again, you've never seen anything quite like this. It looks like a tree seed, but it's not. There's something else about it. It seems perfectly harmless, but the more you sort of, as you begin to examine it, you already notice that the shell is sort of starting to crack and the seed is
Fusing
now
with the boat.
germinating.
What he said.
Yeah, it seems fine.
Yeah.
Igo doesn't care, but you have something growing in your raft.
I can't see this going badly.
Oh,
Neither-
no.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I would have told you. It seems perfectly
We're
innocuous.
going
There
to
is
wake
nothing.
up tomorrow and Frank the Rat's going to be, I need no strings to hold me. I'm a real boy!
I'm a real raft.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, anything else you would like to do in your long rest?
I still imagine him as Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Can I borrow you for a second?
Okay.
I've been practicing this, right? So this cannot go wrong.
I throat punch him.
What's the community like? Have you ever been a 2-foot tall half-orc running through a halfling running through forest trying to punch a human in the throat?
I didn't speak.
Oh no! I just wanted a little bit of calm.
You're going to turn around and say more deep to me.
Let me just put my hands on you for a second. Just want to try something. So good.
Okay, I get into the traditional Greco-Roman starting pose.
Actually, running
You can barely get one around one of my arms.
no, hang it on. I'm going to try, I'm looking at you go, I think you need to be stronger, my friend. And I'm going to attempt to cast a spell on you.
I'll put a spell on you.
I'm going to enhance ability, bears endurance. So for an hour, you can have 2d6 temporary hit points.
We're doing this, and then he just injects some
Steroids.
performance-enhancing drugs into my name.
He has roids.
I swear, I had no idea what they were putting in my body. I thought they were vitamins.
Yeah.
So you would have advantage on Constitution checks
Yeah.
and 2d6 temporary hit points
I shall do
For the
that.
next hour.
for the next hour.
You're about to go to sleep.
Oh, I thought it was after it.
Oh, you can do this in the morning. Yeah,
And,
that's fine.
yeah, sorry, this is morning stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you don't have the spell until morning.
You
Yeah,
might have had a spell. I was just
No, I didn't actually learn the spell until I've leveled up.
Okay, yeah, you can do that in the morning.
I have 6 temporary hit points.
So-
I am now at 41.
It is the morning. The night was cold, a little bit muddy,
No
but
take backsies.
essentially you're fine. What
Thank
would
God.
you like to do?
So we need to make our way to
Make my way downtown.
the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go this way this time. And we'll head to the balloon quickly beforehand and see if they've got any breakfast for me.
They don't. They have the exact same items they had for sale yesterday, with the exception of the unicorn horn, the pie, and the beer, because you bought them.
At the same time, I'm going to ask him what
Do we get the monocle?
Oh, the
Oh,
monocle.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I had a monocle. Yes.
Flange, what's her name?
Flan.
Flan, no? Not?
Trinket, Bauble, and Charm
Yeah.
are the people who we
Okay,
blame.
and the
What, a flange
the
joint?
person,
That we met here.
no, this one that
Pavlova.
Oh, Pavlova.
Pavlova, that's it.
How did he get to flange?
Charm.
I was thinking of sweets.
You were thinking of pavlova, then you were thinking of flan.
Chats, if you have any idea how he got to flange, please let me know.
I don't think he.
I like flan. I'm going to ask him, I go, is he a grumpy guy?
At the balloon.
Yeah.
He seemed to be last time.
It's a different guy, but
Is he
he's
grumpy as well?
so this time it's Bauble and yeah,
It's
just
like
as
the,
very.
in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
That's Bill Bailey's character.
Yeah. What do you
Nobody
want?
tells me nothing.
So, what did Pavlova, what did Pavlova take from you?
Nothing.
They didn't take. They're just here as traveling salespeople.
I'm just making an assumption.
Look, I've got this badge.
I wouldn't be so foolish as to enter a bargain with her.
Ah, clever. So what are you so upset for?
Lack of paying customers.
Okay. Why can't you move on?
We will.
Excellent.
Carry
Yeah,
on.
I just thought, yeah, I just double check for your well-being. I was concerned. Your other companion was a little bit sad. I
Do you
thought.
have a license for this electric cloud?
Yeah, I want to see risk assessments.
What's that?
We'll shut them down.
Yeah, sorry, it's too risky for customers. This.
They don't
I don't
go
think-
in the
I do
cloud.
think that would make an amazing, like D&D party, but you just start in a city and you've started your own company of
Health and
risk
safety.
assessment. So you have to enter dungeons to risk assess them for the guild that want to send people to.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
He's getting impaled.
Yeah.
Warning trap.
I'm gonna feel like I'm like one of them children that gives gifts to people that need it. So I'm gonna put a gold coin on
Children
his
that
desk.
gives gifts to
And
people
go,
that need it.
You know them really heart-warming videos that you see.
Make a wish.
Make a wish sort of thing.
So the giving to the children,
Yeah.
not the children giving the gifts.
Wow, really bad at this.
Yeah.
So I'll put
You
I'll
get
put
you
gold.
get leukemia, and then you have to go and make John Cena's day.
Yeah, he takes the gold. Sort of
Please tell me he smiles a little bit.
there's a tiny, minute fraction of having sort of a gold in his hand.
I have no use for it.
All right, show off.
I have friends. you spot me, right?
True wealth is valued in money.
Not anymore.
Friends are.
What if you're just going to give it away?
Anyway, thank you.
As you're walking away, you can just sort of sit here and muttering on a bunch of time wasters.
I gave him a gold.
You didn't buy anything.
So
Gold
I bought his time.
Last
I
time
bought his
was here, I
time.
bought something.
Yeah, that was
Are you
yesterday.
calling him a prostitute now?
Yeah.
You heading back to King Gullop the 19th?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
So it's pretty early morning. The court is somewhat in session. There are guards around. There are a couple of nobles, but it's very early in the
How
morning.
good does the guard look? Are they actually? Do they look like they can
Make a
protect
perception
him?
check.
No.
They look utterly intimidating. It
That was
doesn't
a natural
look like
one.
anything could get
I'm like-
past
I'm like-
them.
It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail.
Huh? What?
The rabbit's has got anxiety and is walking into it. It's going to fail, it's going to fail. Someone else can make a perception check as well if you like.
Ah, why not?
That's better. Better
Yeah.
mind that one.
17.
You can see that the guards are essentially half asleep.
Yeah.
The rabbit's just in his head going, no, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. The guards are looking at me, the guards are looking at me. And then the barbarian just sort of looks over at the frog, just giving out a very loud yawn in the corner, just going,
They're onto you.
I'm too young to be locked up.
I'm too pretty for jail.
I'm not gonna say it.
you don't really know what jail here is like.
We do.
Doesn't matter. He's too
We've
pretty.
seen her chained up in a cage.
You've seen part of it.
I'm small enough to go in a
Haven't seen the
cage.
shower.
But you do you notice that you do see Illig Barak Monked up, as well as his compatriots, including Vloop, sort of spread out around
Oh.
the court.
What
I
will they do?
said caca!
The cry of the great doo-doo bird.
You see the evolution where he's trying to
You
get the alien.
are
So beautiful to me.
I imagine
Stand
that's
back,
what you're
I'm gonna
doing
shoot
in the
him.
corner, just increasingly loudly. Just
It's
Caca,
Have you ever
caca,
watched
tucky, tucky.
Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
no.
Oh, so it's a one of the.
I'm googling that.
Oh, you need to watch it. So basically, this guy bought the rights to several kung fu movies, and then he imposed himself into the movies to change the whole thing. And it's like there's the bad guy who wants to be called Betty, but like they're all setting a trap for him, and they're all like, "Oh, caca, caca," and he goes, "I'm a little birdie too." It's 100% worth a watch. If they so basically this guy bought out these. It was like a franchise, like 2 or 3 films, and he's the chosen one because he's got a little face living in his tongue.
Okay.
It is 100% worth a watch if you haven't seen it because
So,
it's yeah.
Top review. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But I love this movie. Okay.
Like,
I will
the
add that
opening
to
scene is the big bad guy going into his house to get rid of the chosen one, and a fight between this guy and this baby, and the baby just rolling down the hill. 100% worth it. It is worth a watch.
I was going to introduce ourselves, but I'm in a bit of an anxiety attack right now.
Why don't you-
You're expected.
Yeah.
Don't forget. So
He already knows who we are.
We are people with a badge.
you are.
Someone else has got to take this. Can't do it. Can't do it.
So ignoring the Harrington
Yes.
freaking out, the Bollywogs is sort of looking at you. Just, something the matter with him.
Yeah, he's Harrington.
Yeah.
Unstable creatures.
Yes.
Hey, I
Oh,
hear
it's particularly unstable.
you are ready to take to
Yeah,
lead
you wanted
the
us, to, you
delegation.
wanted us to take this book over there, and I point off in the
Towards
foggy.
the,
Yeah.
Yes, as we gather, the book has been stolen, and Pavlova would very much appreciate its.
Why did you steal the book?
We didn't steal it. How dare you?
Oh, sorry. Miscommunication.
Sorry.
We recovered them.
Oh, who
You
did
allowed
recover
it
from?
to be stolen.
Who did you recover it from? We might need to know this so that we can tell her.
Just put like a flashlight in his face.
I wouldn't put a flashlight in his face.
That might be more effective.
Fun fact, one of the first sponsors of the Joe Rogan podcast.
They procured it from a Darkling merchant, and you recognise Darkling as being the Dark Elves.
So, not those guys.
They simply say a Darkling merchant.
But were these Darklings?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
Again, the Dark Elves are Dark
Yeah. I couldn't remember if you said they were Dark Elves or Dusk Elves or I don't know.
Sorry, I think I called them Dusk Elves, but Dusk Elves, Darklings.
Yeah.
They're dark.
Drow.
Not quite Drow, but yeah.
That
They're elves.
Less dirty Drow.
They're elves with a tan. Put it
Yeah,
that way.
right, okay.
Yeah.
They've spent time in whatever sun turns you blue. But yeah, they
They're
recovered.
Smurfs.
They're overgrown Smurfs, exactly. King Gullop informs you that they have recovered the book from some Darklings and wish to return it to Bavlorva, having never once opened or read it, of course.
Didn't we walk in on you reading it?
No, it's a different book.
I think you should read it.
Cool.
Send me mad even quicker.
Where's our boat?
Evil spell book.
There will be one to sort of
Yeah. Cool.
just waiting for you.
Yeah,
Or we could have turned up on your raft.
Cool.
Like,
cool.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm not taking Frank over there. I don't want to risk Frank's life.
You do that there is sort of a tiny
Do you want to have
growing
a
effort
seed
now
from
out of
Well, the seed is growing
in the raft.
In the raft.
Yeah,
It's now kind of that tall.
Yeah.
We needed a sail.
good
a mast.
Anyway, yeah.
I missed that bit, sorry.
This was, when you were leveling up.
Last night, the
Our
seed
raft
fell.
has wood.
Oh, excellent. More effective wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Living wood. Is it hardwood or softwood?
I don't care to know.
Depends.
So a hardwood, but it's very.
It depends if you're in the boat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on how firm you have a hold of it. So anyway,
You got it.
I go and take the book.
Yeah. No, so you can go and take the book.
Oh yes.
Do you make sort of a big display of
Yes.
going to make a performance check?
Cool.
If someone's helping you, you can make it at advantage.
I can help with some illusions or something.
Yeah, you can make
a
it
bit
advantage.
more. A few banners popping up around him, some confetti.
Ooh, that would be a 12.
If I wasn't being such a pussy, I would have helped.
No, 11.
It's not a great distraction being a barbarian trying to act, but it kind of works. You're making this big flamboyant gesture of bowing and waving your arms. Yeah, you're sort of bowing your arms, doing that very subtly, and the wizard is sort of flowing out confetti, smoke, sort of bright sparks, being like, "We have undertaken a great quest for the soggy corpse."
Fireworks come out your
It's
ass.
like at the end of what was the Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
I'm Jar Jar Binks.
There's a grand parade, Your Honour. And as you sort of you take the book, and as you notice that things are happening very quickly in the Bullywug tent.
So, did we decide? Are we saving the king or are we killing the king?
I think we just let politics
Let
take
politics take their
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't
As
worry.
you're probably not really watching this,
Yeah.
but the two of you that are, and Medusa hiding in the corner,
Yeah.
you sort of see as Igo sort of takes the book in this big exuberant thing that both Vloop and some of the rest of the conspirators and I've been edging closer and closer to the king, and as you sort of take the book and he goes back to sit on his throne, the Baron Muckstump strikes, and you are free to sort of leave the tent as move out as a civil war is about to ensue.
Yeah. We're
And
like
I
just
leave my
climbing
familiar
into
in the rafters, so I can keep watching.
We're just climbing in the boat as we hear a ruckus behind us. We don't know if it's celebration. It's all out fucking war.
You can hear screaming. You can hear
Nothing for us in a debating chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear the sort of stereotypical sounds of battle as swords crossing. There's screaming and all of this sorts
I
of things.
scream.
As you're watching through the eyes of your familiar, King Gullop the 19th lies dead on the floor.
They did it.
And you can effectively see there are a
So
few
does the
guards left fighting. Most of the rest of the guards kind of gave up as soon as the king died.
Probably as soon as the king died, they're like, right, okay. Well, you're now
Right, who's
king.
next?
Yeah. A few of them stayed loyal, but Vloop is just sitting on one of them, bashing another one with sort of a club. It will be a very short fight, you get the impression. As you make your way...
King Gullop the 19th is gone.
King Gullop the 19th is gone. Long live
We can go and find him on
King
the bridge
Illage
later.
the
He'll be on the
First.
bridge.
I never knew that was going to happen. Didn't see anything. Oh dear, it was
I can't believe
horrible
it.
tragedy.
I don't even know who this other guy is. Who's this other guy?
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to help?
I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the monarch in here.
Yes, you make your way to the bottom of the tree. There are sort of ladders and ways you can make your way up the tree, and we have a map.
Oh yes,
let's
a map.
Get the stuff out of the way.
Yep.
That one can go. So you will all find yourself there.
Ooh.
Oh, I haven't got one look. I'm
Oh.
so prepared.
Last one with the model. You die first.
No, if I kill you first.
Good luck.
Damn it, you need 10 points.
Six. This 10-foot wide balcony runs almost at the length of the cottage and is covered from end to end with living frogs. At each end of the balcony, attached to one corner of the cottage, beyond easy reach, is the clothesline.
Hey.
Go up to the corner, and the two lines stretch out over the lake and disappear into the fog. As you sort of climb over onto the balcony. It's kind of silent, and then as soon as you sort of step on the balcony, there is a cacophony of frogs. And you notice that there are two different looking frogs appear, sort of either side, sort of much more humanoid. They're again very small, but sort of very humanoid.
Local
looking.
library service.
We're here to deliver.
They make no interaction with you. They're just watching.
Is there a
you.
door?
There is a door right there.
I shall knock upon the door and announce myself.
It is open.
Cooey!
There is no.
Shall I introduce ourselves?
We've come to deliver a book from the king.
Yeah, I mean technically you are.
Yeah.
You don't know
No
that
lies.
he's dead, technically.
I would have told them.
Oh, okay.
He was a king when
I've
he left.
been doing a play-by-play. Oh my god! It's an Illig with a steel chair.
As you're watching
From the
it
top rope.
on Freeview.
Make a performance check.
You throw out your hit trying to demonstrate.
That's what I got on. That is a...
Back in my days.
Oh god. Performance... 11.
Yes, a pretty bad play-by-play. You're sort of
I'm a bit
you're,
slow.
there's a lot happening, and you're desperately trying to keep it up. And it's like, the guy's hitting the guy. Oh my god, you're not going to believe
He's
it.
also probably trying to find it very difficult to separate the two events.
keep devolving into coughing fits.
And you can so even though you are looking through the eyes of your familiar, you do notice that now it's kind of different, and the two images are just overlaid over each other in your field of view.
Okay. Double vision. Good to know.
Only while you're looking through your familiar.
Watch out.
Okay, well, the familiar's not mad,
He's got
so...
the chair, he's going to hit one of the head.
Yeah, he sort of keeps putting his hand up to stop, and the rest of you is going, there's nothing there.
Were you then like...
I've got like, do I smell?
Well, yes, but
Do you open the door? I'm going.
I do.
A recessed pool lined with mouldy clay tiles takes up most of this large square room. Stagnant water fills the depression to a depth of 1 foot. Rising from the pool's centre is the head of a stone well that gives off an unpleasant, pungent odour. In one corner of the pool stands a tall, dirty, freestanding oval mirror. That's that thing.
Oh yeah, let me.
Oval mirror. In an oval frame and floating on the water is a large lily pad. Creaky wooden floorboards are arranged in 10-foot wide raised walkway around the pool. This walkway is crowded with shelves, tables and stools in all shapes and styles. Almost every available surface is littered with stacks of dirty plates, scraps of food and old junk. Dressing dummies are pushed together in one corner and a wooden staircase spirals up from another. And there are 5 doors that lead off from the room. So yeah, staircase, mannequins, giant pool, mirror, well, lily pad, and assorted junk around the rest of it.
Candy ground for Mr. Longboard.
I'm a snake.
I shout a little bit louder. Don't be alarmed. We're just here to drop off a book.
You
Ribbit.
so you do see.
Yeah, Reddit.
You notice that the 2 distinct frogs outside looked identical, and you see that there are a couple of them spread around the rest of this floor as well. And again, they all look the same. In normal frogs, there are a slight size difference, a wart difference. There is no difference.
They're like the
between
Oompa
these.
Loompas.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well, go and have a little look at the various rooms.
We haven't got any guide,
anyone's
have we?
home.
Yeah.
Say we haven't got no guide to take us to the right place. Oh no! I walk into your changing chamber. My bad.
Oh no! Whoops!
Oh. Yeah.
I've got the book in my hand.
A large cupboard stands alone in this dark room. Fine scrollwork frames up the cupboard's 2 doors, which are bridged by a circular panel of dark wood. The panel is inlaid with a silver hourglass sigil.
Hourglass cupboard.
But there's nobody in the room.
Nope.
Cool.
Scraps of cloth and bundles of yarn are piled throughout this small room.
I'll have a look in this one.
Poke a couple of the. piles of
That's a corridor that leads to stairs going upwards.
Upstairs.
Make an investigation check.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, natural 19.
The stairs do not look particularly well maintained.
Right.
You might be okay.
cloth.
Less so.
So don't take this the wrong way. We ain't going up here. You might break it.
You might break those particular stairs.
Yeah.
It's like your mom.
You see what?
Whilst I'm here, I'll have a little cheeky peek at the
That was
mannequins.
a 21.
Mannequins.
Each one of them started blinking back
As
at me.
I bring one up. Yeah. Hi. Oh, anime.
Did you just say
Okay,
anime?
so there are 7 humanoid shaped mannequins dressed. 4 of them are medium sized, 3 are small. 6 of them are adored with sort of shoddy home stitched garments, and there is one bare one, except for an ugly black pointed hat.
Is it
I bet that hat would look good on you.
It's gonna sort us into our houses.
Gryffindor.
Is there one that looks like Octavian or a mannequin?
They have just plain faces. The only one whose face you can't see is the one that sort of looks like it's got a hat
I'll
drawn
pick the
over
hat up
it.
and put it on you.
I've already got a hat.
Well, the hat on top of the hat.
Cool.
There you have 2 now.
That'll be initiative.
Well, he'll be over here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Take the hat off of me! Oh no!
Oh, that's a 20. What time to get up on natural 20?
Hell yeah!
What initiative?
So, Actan.
24. Natural
Elor.
Dirty 20.
Marius,
16.
I go.
15.
Okay. So as you go to reach out, you go to reach out to touch the hats. It moves. I'm just going to use that as the hat.
Yeah.
Lego samurai figure. The hat moves. Make a nature check. You can, because you're the only one that
If
can
he's
actually
gone
see
to
it
reach
at
for
this
the
point.
hat, we'll put him
Okay.
next to the mannequin with the hat.
18.
Let's see. You recognise this creature as a dark mantle. It's sort of like a rock type thing. It's indistinguishable as like stalactites, stalagmites. They generally drop down on people. This was pretending to be a hat. As you reach out to go touch it, sort of almost like a squid defence, it spits out a cloud of darkness.
Inks you in the face.
So
No. No.
this area is now in magical darkness.
Which is pitch blackedness.
Tell you what.
None of you are warlocks, so yeah, it is.
Tell you what. So when it startles me, the monocle falls out.
Ooh!
It wouldn't help anything.
Yeah, no.
I go.
I got a 15.
Sorry, I was looking at the entire wrong one. Actan. I was looking at the wrong list.
I was last in the initiative order.
A little. Ah!
Oh, I've got a turn.
My action would be to disengage. Don't do things to... I know I'm going to run away. However, I don't know where this pool is.
You can't see where you're going either.
So I was here, so 5. Shall I roll a random to see where I go?
Yeah, roll a d4.
Just to make it fun. Oh no. If you've got one to hand,
Yeah.
you can save it out.
Yeah.
4.
You go in the direction you want to go in.
Cool, perfect. 10.
You sort of you run into the pool and then you sort of feel the raised edge and you're like, oh.
25. And like,
Yeah, you're in the clear now.
like Professor Quirrell of Harry Potter.
Abracadabra.
Troll in the dungeon.
Hat.
I'll have you know I'm an orc. My father was a troll.
As I shout to these two. And then I'll, so what's that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's my movement. I'm going to stay here. And in bonus action. I'm going to go. I'm going to put in the fire jet.
Genasi.
Can't speak. You do it. You deal with it. And I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration.
Panic attacks that our rabbit friend keeps going through. You've been at the cocaine again.
I got bipolar.
He's not even the insane one. Anything else
not
from you?
insane yet.
Elor.
Right, yeah, there's not really all that much I can do apart from the familiar can't see in the darkness, can it? So
You
It is
need
magical darkness.
Yeah, you need,
yeah.
warlock, eldritch eyesight.
Yeah,
thing,
there's true vision.
something. Devil's sight.
Well, there's also like true sight, like
There's
a helm
true
of true sight
yeah.
will let you see through magical
True
darkness.
sight. Another blind
like-
sight
yeah.
works as well. Devil's sight, or you don't rely on sight. There are some creatures that are blind.
Blind
Okay.
fighting used to be a feat. I don't know if it is still, but
It is, I think.
Just a
Yeah.
violence. isn't it?
it lets you. So it's disadvantage normally, but if you've got blind fighting, it's straight
Roll.
up.
Straight roll.
Yeah.
So mine
So that you can add to damage as well, or healing.
Because I was tempted to do a character that was a blind character that just had blind fighting as their initial feat.
There's
That'd be pretty
Be
fun.
like
There's a
monk,
monk,
in
I was gonna say,
the,
there's-
the TV show.
yeah, there is a monk that does that.
Yeah.
I think it's the drunken
Uh,
style.
So I'm gonna cast minor illusion, try and leave a trail for our friend to get out. So a trail of sound, sort of saying this way, to get him out. Yeah. That's-
Warning! Retreat!
Yes.
Okay, anything else? you
So, well, that's that. And I guess I might move a bit further towards front. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I might just try and hide myself in a corner. Trying to see where's what. Yeah, that's my turn.
Where's Wally?
Okay. So that's you, I believe.
That is me, yes.
So something, or the Dark Mantle, is going to come up to you. It's going to have advantage because it can see you and you can't see it.
Lies.
Seeing. Quite. That is 17 plus 5 for a 22.
Yeah, that'll do.
Jesus.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you feel sort of tentacles wrap around your head. You now can't breathe.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you have equal to your strength modifier or something?
Con, I think.
Con.
Is it modifier or
No.
minutes?
Minutes.
Yeah,
You've
modifier
got,
minutes.
You've got a while.
Got 3 minutes.
Marius.
20 rounds of combat?
Can't see it.
So it used to
Nope.
be in, I think it was 2nd edition, it was equal to your constitution score, like 15 seconds or something like that. So if you were a high con character, it was like, yeah, I just hold my breath for 5 minutes. I just walk along the bottom.
On my Monday campaign, the DM tried to do that, and literally choked my character. So I'm a turtle,
Yeah.
so I've got an hour.
Ah,
And I tried to sort of stand there, and it's like, okay, fine.
I'm an edger, so I can indefinitely hold my breath.
That's
I
good.
don't have to breathe through my mouth.
I've got gills.
Yeah, Marius.
I really don't know what to do here. Not being able to see what's going on in there.
No, and I'll give you this because your character would know this as well. You notice that the entire house is very damp and rotten.
Yeah.
So as you're walking along the floor, it's almost you're not causing any damage to it, but everywhere is very damp, so you couldn't set fire to the building
No,
easily.
I'm not wanting
And he
to
had
survive.
symbols on his feet.
It's like a imprint in his name as he walks.
He's got backward shoes, just to confuse everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast Produce Flame. So I've now got a flame on my hand. The moment I see something I can target with it, I'm going to fling it.
Something.
That's an enemy.
And then
Do need to be very specific about that. I've caught so many people out, like John or whatever, where it's like,
Yeah.
I just hold an action for something to come to the door. Cool.
Okay. You hold the action. It now goes off. You attack your friend. Yeah, it's you hold an action on the specific trigger.
Yeah.
Get it? Yeah. When you can see an enemy.
I could so see his face.
I go.
So, this thing is attached to my head.
It's wrapped around your
Yeah.
face.
So I can still move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Headbutt
just
the,
can't breathe.
headbutt the wall.
I
I
think you might be blinded as well.
go into a rage.
Let me do...
We do still have a blaring sound in like one ear, so like come this way. Minor illusion. So you know which way is out of the dark.
Oh yeah. You are blinded and unable to breathe, but you can still...
That's fine. I go into a rage.
Yeah.
And going into a range, he hears as my head turns into Mr. Pac-Man. He's attached to me.
He is.
Do I have advantage? I
no.
know exactly where he is.
If anything, you have disadvantage because you can't see him.
He's attached to my face, and I'm attempting to bite
I
him.
will give you a
Oh,
straight, roll.
yeah.
But yeah, technically you should have disadvantage. But yeah,
Yeah.
if it's attached to you,
Yeah.
It's pretty silly, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That will be a 8.
you go to try and bite it, and it's you can't. You sort of you can't quite reach.
Then I will move
Roll a d4.
Yeah.
You go in the direction you want.
I basically stumble backwards.
So, the rest of you can now quite clearly see.
A giant yellow ball.
So, it's creature known as a dark mantle, so it looks something a little bit like a squid.
Yeah.
But it does look very sort of rock and stony.
Yeah, yeah.
But what you can effectively see is this pointy hat just wrapped around your barbarian's head. And I imagine the barbarian's just trying to punch himself in the head as he's sort of walking out. You have a held action.
I have held action. I will fire this flame.
Kill the barbarian!
Ooh, close. 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Just slightly.
Actually, come to think of it, if you crit, that is a dice you're rolling. If you roll my
7 fire.
rocky inspiration dice, so you get double.
Are you allergic to my house or something?
I don't know, I'm allergic to something.
It doesn't particularly like that.
Good.
Anything else from you, Igo?
No, that is my... So, a bonus action to rage, I moved and I attacked, so...
That's the top of the round. Actan. You can now see this weird squid-like creature that's got on your friend's head.
I'm like, no, my friend.
Oh no, my friend. You hear from inside the... I'm a friend, guy!
I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal, friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy. I love...
Ooh.
What would happen if I
I
did?
can get you out from under that.
I was gonna say, what would happen if I made it laugh? Hideously.
Well, its arms are attached to my thing. I imagine I'm currently wearing him like a hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I look
So
fashionable?
you are in base combat with it, technically, by the way.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'd do me. I go all Wild Bill on him. Yeah.
is more or less what's happening in this situation.
Okay. I am going to.
See, Lego figures, best D&D models.
I do think that the Lego figures are...
The right size.
Can I try and pull it off his head?
Yes, you can. Make a strength check.
I'm not great at this.
I can get it off him.
Oh, okay.
Which one of you's going to get me on first?
Not me.
What'd you get?
2.
No. Anything else from you?
You're literally up there pulling on my ears. You are in base contact with him,
Yeah.
And that's
so
why.
it could potentially take an
That's
attack
why,
of
that's why I
opportunity.
looked at him.
Unfortunately, its
It's
mouth is on
grappling,
the
yeah.
inside, directly next to you. So
Is that the only attack it's got? By?
it can. If it's a
A bite grapple.
you would figure if
If it's grappling me, it's
It
not.
can't attack someone
Yeah.
else.
Let me go. It's-
I imagine
From
it's
watching-
basically it's on top of my head and its tentacles are wrapped around my neck.
and your
Holding
face
me,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
That's been done now. I've done that. Yeah, that's it. Done.
Hello.
Ooh.
Do you want to start
Too
casting
sure.
spells at your barbarian's face?
That's why I'm
I
really
would.
worried.
He is raging. You hit though. I mean,
There we go.
we are not doing.
However, you're
critical
not
failures.
you're not that high level yet.
Nah.
Just a reminder though, we are doing crunchy crits as agreed in session 0.
Yep.
Me and you.
Yeah. All right.
Somehow I don't think it's going to matter with this creature, but
Yeah.
other creatures it might.
I'm just going to, seemed to work for Marisol. Chuck a firebolt at it. I mean, what else is that to do? So that was a 18?
Hits.
It wasn't a firebolt, it was produced flame.
Hmm?
It wasn't the firebolt, it was produced flame.
Same thing.
9
It's not,
fire
it does
damage.
less damage.
It does not like that, and it looks considerably hurt. Some might even say
Bloody.
bloodied.
It's blooded. Its friends are coming.
Vampires.
Hold on.
My
It's-
turn.
Its turn.
Its turn. Cool.
It's going to try and take another bite out of you because it's on your head. It gets
Yeah.
advantage because it can see you, you can't see it. That is terrible. 13.
Miss.
It's attached to your head, and it failed to bite you.
Yeah.
So you
I
can't,
mean,
you can't
it's
get through
attached to my head, and I failed to bite it.
Yeah, I imagine it's the rage, just angry.
It's solid bone. Can't get through the bone.
Okay. Marius.
Right, would you like out from under?
I'm quite happy where I am.
You're not even starting to get short of breath at this point, and the creature is looking considerably worse for wear.
I think so. I've got what 30? No, so 6 seconds in a round. So I've got 30
30
rounds of
rounds.
combat.
You have a while.
I'm not even feeling.
I'm going to summon my wildfire spirit, which will appear there, because otherwise it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I shall then use my
Are you gonna
bonus
move it over.
bonus action to command it.
Yep.
And then I will move away. It will move in and teleport you away and leave the creature behind.
It's attached and it will go.
Doesn't
with it.
matter. No, it says
okay.
teleportation.
It dissolves me
It
and
basically,
recreates me.
Okay.
basically, he disappears from underneath it and reappears elsewhere,
All right.
It takes damage.
and it takes damage.
How much damage?
It's 1d6 plus
We
2,
shall
I think.
recap though.
4 fire damage.
I was just asking if you wanted me to take your hat.
So yeah,
And then
the rest of you can sort of see this hat, squid-like thing sort of grapple to the barbarian. The barbarian disappears, and then the squid just sort of falls to the floor, and it's like. That's bugger.
Well, shit.
Yeah, it's exactly what's going through his face. Anything else? Really?
Sounds like one of the
no,
episodes from
so
The
I'll have
Boys.
my go. The spirit's had its go.
I go.
Only this time it's not on your head, so
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
it's still going to bite it.
Surely reckless, right?
Fuck's sake. 13.
That's it.
Oh!
I don't think he has reckless yet.
So,
Level 3?
I thought it was low level, but it might not be. Might be
3 or
5.
4.
I thought it's
I don't have reckless yet. I
2
don't
or
think.
3.
I
It's
might
not
have
that
reckless.
early though.
No.
No, reckless is right. Yeah, early on.
11 points of biting damage, and I gain 11 points of hit points back.
You only have 22 hit points. So the rest of you watch as sort of this very quick fight ensue. You watch the barbarian get teleported away and then stomp back over and sort of just towers
Oh, no,
over
yeah,
this
yeah.
squid.
I don't get the healing because it's below half health.
Right.
And you watch as the barbarian just sort of picks up the squid. Squid, dark mantle. I'm calling it squid, and literally just rips it in half. And you are out of combat now. And the darkness spell will go because
I just continue chewing.
So this thing was like half rock.
Started at second level, you can throw all concerns for defense. to
second
attack.
level.
Yeah.
I currently have my bestial head on, which is Mr. Pac-Man. Just wait until I bring out Mrs. Pac-Man. Yeah, all he did was put a bow on.
Bow on, yeah, set bow.
The true first non-binary superhero, Pac-Man. Right. I unrage.
I mean, you go into it in about 6 seconds. I imagine you probably just keep screaming at your
Yeah.
party until it just transforms back into your face. You're like,
Well, don't need to find me rations today.
no, but the rest of you are getting slightly hungry.
Eat 11.
That will probably
Food is
count as
food.
about half a meal. Yeah.
Breakfast. I mean, we did head out here before having breakfast.
You did.
Let's
What
continue
are-
exploring. Look, we just came here to return a fucking book.
Book, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do any.
Oh. So what could I turn mine? So what sort of birds are there? Are there any around here? There are like birds in the rafters of this place or anything that pretty?
They're all frog birds.
Yeah, what little animals are, like any flies or anything?
Make a perception check.
It's just the frogs, I think.
Yeah. Oh, but that.
And there's an abundance of flies.
Yeah. So that's
Like there's a few dead bodies up here.
Oh, you also
14.
It's piled
Yeah,
with like old food.
Yeah.
Things. 14.
Yeah.
You notice that the slightly different looking frogs, they look sort of humanoid. They're blue. They have massive bulbous eyes.
Smurf frogs.
Not that kind of blue. More
Yeah.
like
Purpley blue.
yeah, or like greeny, poisony blue. Not a very healthy colour.
Turquoise.
Something like that, yeah. There is somewhere in here
What was the
notes
race
on what I'm supposed to be
I
doing, but
saw
I
on
can't find it.
Facebook the other day, which is somebody did so it's the Papa Smurf and a few of the other Smurfs standing on a kitchen counter and Mystique in the corner. I don't want to come back to the village.
Yeah.
The frogs look like they have a human mouth as well.
Oh.
They may not have started out as frogs.
No.
I shall,
There are only a couple of them, and they do
Yeah.
seem quite intent on watching you. Did you go in this room? Did you say?
I'm just looking in this room, yes.
Okay.
Spirits is going to come sit on my shoulder.
Because I'd like to send my familiar out as a fly to have a look for
A
the
horse's head. Oh, sorry.
So I'd like to send my familiar out as a fly to look for the head of Clapperclaw. Somewhere in
You
here.
don't see it in this room.
I mean, we've got a horse's head.
A horse's head leers at you with glossy eyes, its lips drawn back from pointed yellow teeth. The head is affixed to a large 8-limbed armature made of wicker and wire, situated so that it faces the doorway where you entered. Near it is a wooden crate. Flies buzz around this disordered room, landing occasionally on animal carcasses that lie strewn in small piles. On a low table rests an assortment of tools: saws, knives, scrapers, a hand-cranked drill, sewing thread and needles, and owls. Don't know what that is. AWLS. Owls. What is it?
It's the thing they use where they're weaving, I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
Send it
okay.
back and forth through the.
Around several
Could be
taxidermic projects in various stages of completion. A shelf that looks on the verge of collapse leans against the wall between two windows and bears the weight of dozens of stuffed horrors. Each one is an artless combination of two or more animals.
Breakfast?
Well, so this brings
These
me
aren't
back.
non-edible.
This brings me back to my thing. Weren't we supposed to bring a crate of future taxidermy things with us?
You found one, but you were not told to deliver it.
Oh, right, okay, that's fair enough.
We ate.
You did eat
You
one of
took
the
part of it, yeah. So like the worst delivery driver ever, to be honest. Just rock up and your pizza's missing a slice. Like, hang on.
It's a pointed tool for making small holes in wood or leather.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so like
it's
a
that thing.
punch basically.
Yeah, I know what it is now. Okay.
It's got a rounded handle for sitting in
Yeah.
the palm.
That thing.
Yeah.
I'm in for penny, in for pound. Let's have a little cheeky peek around.
So you find Bavlova's name scrawled on the side of one of the crates. Lifting the lid releases a harmless swarm of flies. The crate contains a carcass of a curled up 8-legged reptile with spikes running down its back. Can you make a nature check for me, please?
I can attempt to.
She's got dinosaur.
1.
Would you like to make a nature check? I'm assuming the barbarian tells you, I found a thing.
Ooh, a dragon!
Truth be told, my nature roll was not much better.
Oh, nature's
Well,
intelligence, isn't it?
Yes.
Here
But
you go.
19.
Oh, okay, yeah. You would recognise this as a basilisk.
Oh.
Oh,
Nom nom?
that's a basilisk nose. No. I wouldn't recommend it.
You also find tools, specimens,
Stony.
and you find a small box that contains a glass eye. That contains glass eyes. One of the eyes.
Like the sort that you would put in a taxidermy.
No. A sort of glass eye a human might have. Oh, there's a glass eye and a wooden eye. I don't know why it says glass eyes plural. But,
Basically, they're fake eyes for a person.
nothing to do with taxidermy. Yeah.
Tuck them into the scarf.
So, you have a fake wooden eye. One of you might want to write down.
I shall put
Yeah.
just a fake wood and a fake glass,
Yeah.
or
There's one of each, but the
wood one's the important one.
spoiler alert. Yeah.
There's nothing else in here, but just looking through the things. Inspect
Nothing.
the pointy-teethed horse carcass.
It's been filed.
Ed?
There is nothing apart from horrific creatures that Pavlova has tried to sew together. You know, like a pigeon with the body of a rat and the head of a rat. Weirdest pigeon ever. But yeah, all manner of sort of small creatures have been sewn together to create new animals.
Chimeras.
Alright, Mr. Intelligence. Did you read about them in your many years?
No, I got to watch Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh.
So we're going to run into some homunculus.
I hope
We
not.
don't want to run into a homunculus.
No.
Yeah, so that was this one. We've been looking through all the
You
doors.
looked through all of those, figured out you can't make it up those stairs.
Up or down?
We
It
did.
goes
Well,
up.
we looked in there. We didn't look in the cupboard in there, did we?
Well, I haven't looked in the cupboard yet, no.
Would you like to
You
look in
can
the
go
cupboard?
look in the cupboard if you want to.
Go look in her drawers.
You
What,
can
in
go
this
look
one?
in the cupboard if you want to.
I ain't.
I'll go and have a look in there then.
Who's five?
I touched the
lot.
hat last time.
A large cupboard stands alone in this dark room. Fine scrollwork frames the cupboard's two doors, which are bridged by a circular panel of dark wood. The panel is inlaid with a silver hourglass sigil. Make me an intelligence check.
Oh god.
Well, the right one's doing it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Probably not, but
If not, be incubate.
yeah, what was it?
Crowbar.
13? I'm going to use one of my divination dice. So I had a roll of a 13 and I get +3 from my int, so that makes it a 16.
You pass. You figure out that
Just.
the hourglass, quite convincingly, actually, that the hourglass sigil can be turned.
Okay, so I guess look around. Has she still not appeared? Just
Oh yeah.
bugger it. I'll just
The
turn
door.
it then.
She's in the cupboard.
I've been locked in there for days.
You don't want to know where I went to the toilet.
It's
yeah,
in the
I'll-
cupboard.
Turn the hourglass and see what pops out.
You turn the hourglass and you notice that the sand does move, and there's a click, and you can open the cupboard.
The whole house turns.
You've got until the sand timer runs out.
The inside of the cupboard is divided into rows of small compartments, each one
Like
stuffed
orange
with
one.
pouches or other tiny containers. One of the containers is a teacup-sized ceramic cauldron with a scrap of paper with the word "spittle spew" written on it. The other various trinkets in the cupboard include various loose buttons, stray cutlery made up of completely different sets, unopened love letters, but you notice that none of them are addressed to Pavlova, old, frayed, coiled up belts.
One for each of us.
You don't recognise your names, do you? Pressed flowers and loose dry petals, a horseshoe, feathers from various birds, and a chipped teacup. Truly, treasures worth
She stole
protecting there.
shit.
That's kidnapping,
Where's,
technically.
where's Mrs. Potts?
There's a lot in there. What was the one with the name that we had? Spittle.
There was
Spit
a
or spew.
spittle spew. There was a piece of paper that was found in a ceramic cauldron that just contained the words "spittle spew,"
So spittle, spew,
all one word.
Hmm.
but it's not spit or spew.
No.
Yeah.
So there's. What do you mean by a small cauldron?
It's a
It's
teacup,
Yeah, like a,
but it's shaped like
Yeah.
a cauldron, like a novelty
okay,
teacup.
okay.
I would imagine.
Yeah, no, he's exactly right. Yeah, it's a little novelty thing that someone's, bought.
On the bottom, it's,
Made in
made
China.
of Disney.
Present from.
World's greatest hag.
Oh, my dad used to tell me he had a friend that used to buy Zippos and like hundreds,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he'd all have them engraved with "stolen from," and I can't remember his name, but like "stolen from Ross," and he used to give them out as presents to people. So they all had Zippo that said "stolen from." I always really liked that.
I'm just not sure what to do with all these things. Really, I think they're probably They're probably bits of people. I'm thinking memories and things.
You know,
So many.
It's all of her different many personalities. She's like the
let's not
the
steal
one
from
guy
her.
in Glass. Not
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Yeah.
Jen McAvoy's character.
Havoc.
Yeah,
Let's not-
just so many personalities.
Animals.
Yeah.
We've just killed her
We
hat.
waited
So
10
let's
years
steal.
for a follow-up to Unbreakable, and that's what we got.
I haven't watched it yet because I haven't watched what was the one with him as that character in his own standalone film.
Yeah, I think I watched all three. Unbreakable is still the best.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah. When you get into that 10, 15 years later and they do the sequel, you just kind of sit there going, but if it was good, you would have done it then.
If you had an idea,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have waited a decade and a half
Yeah.
for a movie that says Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. Like,
Well, and especially with it was coming towards the end of Bruce Willis's career at that point. That's when his problems were kicking in, and he basically wanted to do every movie he could to pay for his family for the rest of his life. Because I can't remember what it is that he has, but
It's an Alzheimer's type thing.
yeah. It basically, he's losing all cognitive function and like ability to speak and things like that. And so, as you've probably noticed, the last like 2 or 3 years, he's been in a lot of shit on Amazon and all these sorts of things. There's like every couple of months there's a new Bruce Willis film that's come out. And it's because he was literally just taking on every fucking
he
job
was
he
never
could.
exactly a slouch in movies beforehand. You would imagine, anyway. But
Best Christmas movie ever.
no, second best Christmas movie ever. The top three
are
Gremlins, Die Hard, Muppets Christmas Carol.
Die Hard 2.
Yep.
Because that's also a Christmas movie. Because it's the following year.
Muppets Christmas Carol is top.
Yeah, sorry. And you've got to add Gremlins as
Oh,
well.
Gremlins.
Yeah,
I'll
lovely.
watch it.
Gremlins
Oh
is
my
not
God.
bothered about. But
I remember like 2 Christmases ago they did a remastered Gremlins in the cinema. It was so good.
I do enjoy Home Alone as well.
Yes.
Every year in December, me and Katie watch Home Alone 1 and 2.
The originals.
Yeah, I don't watch any of the rest of them.
The third is the
The third is when they first change actors, and then
Yeah.
it's everyone thereafter.
They've remade it like 4
It's not
times.
Macaulay
now.
Culkin, is it?
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on this level?
Not on this level now.
No,
But
we're
that's
not going
where-
to steal her shit. We've already killed a hat.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's maybe a good place to stop. Or
That's
if
what I was
you-
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, in that case, we will end with you about to go upstairs.
yeah. The spiral stairs, not the crickety stairs.
Yeah, the
Unless
working
you want to go up the crickety
staircases.
stairs, and because then with surprise attack.
I'd rather not.